Hey, good morning, Billet. How you doing today, dude? Yeah, doing well, actually, dude. Feeling a little bit better. The fuck is this song, man? What the absolute piss take is that? Damn, son. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Why? Definitely not what I wanted. Hey, Kirby. Good morning to you. What the fuck now? Fucking Enrique Iglesias. No, what's going on? This one's got Ludacris in it? I can't remember this song. Ludacris! Alright, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. Here we go. This is better. Found you! Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Michael TheDarkLaw, and welcome to another episode of The Darkness here on Twitch. It is Monday Chat, 26 September 22, day 131 in a row. We have 52 days to go. Well, yeah, we do. 52 days. 52 days to go. And then we hit that 6 months in a row record, which I definitely think is a world first. So, well, in the Star Season category anyway. Hey, Cloud. Thank you very much for the follow, dude. Appreciate that. Till Christmas? I don't know, actually. When does 52 days finish? Like, what day is in 52 days? Thursday, the 17th of November. Pretty crazy, actually. That works perfectly because Sai's birthday is on the 20th, so. Yes. I need to get her a gift. Somehow. But yeah, I hope you're all well. Hope you've had a good weekend. The idea is obviously once we hit the first goal or the first stage, which is obviously 6 months. I have been talking about trying to go for a year because I do actually enjoy these streams every single day. Even when they're like super short and stuff like that. So we might try because we would only have to get to the 19th of May 2023. It's not that bad when you think about it. It would only be like what? 220 odd days to do. Still, something like that. Something like that. Hey, good morning, Joe. How are you doing today? Hey, Vinny. How you feeling? Recovered? Yeah, I'm pretty fully recovered now from the COVID. Obviously lost weight, which I'll need to try and put back on. But I'm starting to do. I'm not doing any weights just now, but we're doing press ups, squats, and stuff like that just to get the exercise back on. Because obviously, 2 weeks without doing any exercise, like body is really like stiff. Muscles are in a bad place right now. So yeah, chesty cough is still there, but it kind of like comes and goes. Really, it's not that potent now. Fatigue is completely gone. It's just trying to get into a routine again. Full on the go, secondary job, all that jazz. So yeah. I'm glad it's over because it was a bit of a fucking killer. But I'm happy we also still managed to stream every single day whilst on it. So we didn't lose our combo. And now all we have to do is just do 52 days and we hit that first phase and then I'll decide because again, like I was saying yesterday, I'm not sure if I want to go for the whole year challenge or just do 6 months because if I finish at 6 months it means that when my birthday comes up on the 26th of December, I could go away for like a holiday or something like that. Because I would have to try and figure out how to stream Star Citizen every single day whilst I'm away. And that's not that difficult, because again, we only have to do like 30 minutes. It's just like, how? How do I do that? Yeah, those blinking eyes are fucking terrifying. Do I actually have? Um, no, I actually didn't set up a button for it. I was gonna swap myself over to it. That was online that did that for me. He took a photo that I had and he made it blink, which was pretty dope. Alright, let's see. Let's get some Star Citizen loaded up. Yeah, we'll see. We got 52 days. I'll decide near the time if we're gonna continue, and I could just have a holiday afterwards. Because, funnily enough, finishing in May, April area next year would be like a good time to go on holiday anyway. Because you could just wait for like 3/19 to come out, and then after that, take a week off or something like that. That might be the play, but we'll see. We will see, chat. Hopefully Evo Cati goes out this week. It really, really needs to. The only way it could have been worse is if your head just rotates and goes boo. Damn. That would actually be a pretty cool thing to do, actually. Yeah. Make it like, yeah, actually, I'm trying to figure out how I could do that. But yeah, have it like fully animated where it just turns all the way around randomly. There is like a program you can get where you can make like, when you talk on, when you talk on like stream and stuff like that, it makes the mouth of like an image move and stuff like that. I would have to hook that up, but you could get that put in play, you know. Oh yeah, keep it black and white. Maybe make it turn green after it spins round 180 or something like that. I need to look into it. Again, I don't really know much for like video animation kind of stuff, so that would have to be what we look into. Bum, 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 bum. Trash. I have a feeling it's going to be like a super quiet week in Star Citizen. We're definitely at that stage now where Evil Catty needs to come out. 2 weeks later, hopefully PTU will be out. I hope it goes to PTU pretty fast, because they're so far behind already. Like, if you think about it, 318 Live is meant to go out, you know, at the end of, or like the start of October, and it's going to be mid-November at this rate, so you're not going to see 319 this year, that's for sure. That's definitely getting pushed back until next year. Which is a shame, to be honest. Like, I hate how they keep missing the mark. They should definitely just move down to 3 patches a year, because they're not making their 4. And spread it out a little bit more, where it's every like 4 months, basically. Or something like that. Every 4 months. Right, so we got Crown 5. I think what we'll do is we'll take a wee ganter down to Old Hurston with the Sabra. Third time the charm, it seems. And, yeah, we'll see what we got. Obviously, we got plenty of extra gaming choices. We've got, obviously, Gundam. We've got VTOL VR, which is a lot of fun. I kind of like the games that I have on my list right now. I got, the rock mining game installed, but not really played. And obviously we've got Hunt Showdown as well installed. A lot of people are playing DCS World. There's no way I can play DCS right now. Saber.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Oops, down a little bit.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Hangar 13 for a Saber. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, definitely we need that free 18 content. Big requirement now. I'm wondering what's gonna get pushed back to 318.1 though. What's not gonna make the cut? The ships? Well, they kind of need to get the ships in, right? You can't really have salvaging if you don't put the ships in.
You are clear to launch.
You are clear for lunch. Hail Silver, away! I think we're gonna have to probably go around. Yeah, that's what I thought. Saber. Thank you for the follow, keyboard hero. Welcome in. But yeah, like, easily the 318 will have the Vulture. I think the Corsair will probably get pushed back to 318-1. That's my guess right now. The Corsair will get pushed back. And then I don't know if there's meant to be 2 new ships for IEE in November. And there's always a flight ready ship at CitizenCon, give or take. So, whew. Who knows? Who knows? They might do it. They might be able to put it all in. But I think the Corsair will go back to 318-1. I'm still hoping for like a Crusader fighter. Could be light, medium, or even heavy. I like just something where you fill that like void that we have right now. 318 for November will be tight if we want it stable. Well, I'm pretty sure it'll go into Evocati this weekend. That's my guess. Then 2 free weeks for Evocati. Into mid-October to mid-November for live, I would say. Or end of November for live, for IE. That would be my guess right now, because they're so far behind. Right, so it could even be like start of December for 318 live at this rate. But we'll see. Obviously, I'm just going on like current information, like how they do their patches and stuff like that. I just don't see Evocati being more than 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, I should say. Then PTU less than 3 weeks, which would take you into mid-November. And then if there's any delays, end of November, it could actually hit. It could actually hit the start of December for 318, which would suck. It really would. That's a long, long time away. 2 months away. Obviously, we'd have PTU to play with in between, but yeah. It's one of these things, though. There's not much we can do about it. We've got CitizenCon, not this weekend, but next weekend. That should be interesting. Again, what we're going to do in the channel is just play during the day, and then just get everyone on Discord for a chat whilst it's live and stuff like that. I don't feel like doing anything like major for CitizenCon, just watch, hang out, that kind of stuff. I gotta watch my internet as well because I'm not sure if I can have them. Hey Rim, thank you very much for the follow, Chief. Appreciate that. You'll have to see. Alright, so we'll try Herson. If the comms down, we'll have to swap server. Because unfortunately in 3.17.2 it still has the bug where if you bring the comm down, you can't put it back up until the server 30Ks. Sadly. We shall see. I could also F1 spam if need be. Got calm. We got comms. Right, where is Sun? Sun is... We could probably go to... Yeah, we'll do... I'm trying to remember what it is again. Yeah, Stanhope will try. Maybe Stanhope will be in the Sun. If not, we could... We've got Theodis. Theodis will probably be in this Sun. Hey, Miss L. How you doing? How's the joysticks faring? I forgot how bad. Recently played. Fuck it. She's alright. What's in the light? Let's get that update in. Oh, we're back to 2 million. Holy shit. I didn't think I made that much money yesterday. Must have made like 200k or something then. Oof, so noisy. I really hope CIG gets the sound team in again to do this rustling kind of noise when you're on planets and moons and stuff like that for the dust. It's just crazy, man. It's like... It sounds like rain. And it's just... the effect is so bad. Hopefully the Gen 12 stuff will solve this one. Because again, this dust effect just feels really, really cheap to me. Like if you look at it here, right? And then the sound literally goes away when you go up like 100 feet in the air, which, again, it's just like, why? It just feels cheap. And I'm pretty sure it's just a placeholder right now, but again, you can see the effect of it. It just looks bad. And then if you go to a certain height here, the noise kicks in. And it's sort of like it feels like it's designed for people on the ground, but it just looks bad when you're low in a ship. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I do have. Saber. Such a beautiful ship. Still, I will always say this. They need to make the guns at the front go back. So, like, they're in line with how the, like, rear guns are. You know how it's like, the barrel just goes along the line? That's how they need to make it, right? So when you actually get into the Saber, the guns go back. All that CIG needs to do is just make them stop retracting. Because it is pretty off-putting seeing the guns there. It doesn't need to be, right? So it'd be dope if they actually just, when you get in and out of a Saber, you actually see the guns at the front retract. Just make it where they're always retract, CIG. They don't need to be all the way forward. I feel it just looks really ugly with the gap at the back. And it's not like you can put any other weapon size, so yeah. But one of my favorite, like, for missile doors, you know, you've got the actual bay that opens. Nothing on the wings, you know. Feels like it could do stealth. I really hope that we see, like, side launchers sort of done. Because, like, on the F-35, I'm pretty sure it has a side launcher for missiles. So you've got the main bay, but also on the sides, it opens, like, it rotates and a missile fucking jumps out and does stuff like that. Or it's the F-22, I'm trying to remember which one that does it. But I would love to see that in Star Citizen, because we have quite a few ships that have, like, the wing mounts and stuff like that, you know. I would definitely prefer internal bays. They also need to make it where you can't change out your missile types or size, and just configure it a bit better, you know. You know, have it where, like, you've got, say on the Saber, you've got, like, the ability to carry maybe, like, 4 size 3s, a few size 2s, and a few size 1s. That would be the best way to do it, right? I still maintain that they should just get rid of the size 1 missiles and make them only for ground team, for fast locking and stuff like that. Definitely feel fighters should be size 2 and onwards to prevent this stupid, like, hyper lock-on nonsense. And then give the ground stuff the size 1s for anti-fighter defense. It's not like a tank with, like, what, 4 or 8 size 2s is ever gonna take down a big, large ship, you know, with that kind of armament. It'd be better for, like, anti-fighter flak. I feel, anyway. I do like how the Saber flies in these hard atmospheres. Again, I think it's gonna be a really good ship once they do the flight changes. Like, I think, I still put money down on this. I think Saber is gonna be one of the most dominant atmosphere fighters when they put the flight model in. I think it'll kick the shit out of arrows and everything, personally. That would be my bet. I would actually put a wee bet on that as well. $100 bet. that the Saber will be the top atmosphere dogfighter when that comes. Just because of its profile, especially as they said they're going to be making it where you can retract the wings without landing gear. So if you see here, look at the profile that you can put in. So much faster at cutting through, and then obviously extend the wings for agility, just like an F-14. Obviously the arrow and stuff like that will have the small profile for doing shenanigans and stuff like that, but I definitely feel this thing is going to clap really, really hard. Because if they can make it fly like it flies on Hurston, then yeah, that would be really, really good. Again, this thing is so much fun at Jump Town on Calliope, just because of the speed that it's got. So I asked that question, and some people were freaking out, where they're like, oh, but there's no intakes on ships because it's not in lore. It's like, right. But the dev team gave a wink kind of situation, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it might be, it might not be, you'll have to see. And personally, I feel that they should write it into lore where you stall, because stalling would be a great way to add gameplay element. So the bigger ships obviously less likely to stall because they're gonna move really, really slow. But if a fighter does like stupid shit, it'll stall, right? We'll see what they add. Alright, here we go. We've got an Inferno. That's gonna rack up missiles. We're gonna wait till it fucking comes in. So it's doing standard fit. Let's prime there. We're gonna go for 4 on the engines to clap it. Push to the location, Fox free. Jettison missiles and that. Guns are not regenning. And see how, like, we can literally move around like this already. Let's go for that engine damage. Gonna try and warp. My stuff is just not working. Server's like lagging out or something like that. In front shields because fucking hit detection is so stupid in this game right now. He's at warpable height now. So the biggest problem that we have with shields is hit detection is so scuffed, where I'm shooting at the back of the ship, but because of how delays work in this game, we're hitting the front shield. So we're doing all this damage to a no shielded area, yet the game is just so stupid it doesn't understand this. This is the biggest issue we have right now with Star Citizen. It's so stupid. They need to get rid of these fucking shield facing gameplay. Because you don't have this issue with fighters. When you get their shields down and stuff like that. You just got this, the pip calculation is obviously off, but this whole nonsense of shooting the back end of a ship and the front end is flashing on the front shield. It just, oh, it drives me so fucking nuts, like. Or sometimes when you're shooting the front of a ship, you're hitting the back shield. It's like, how you ever meant to get around that, you know? It's so dumb. This is a big, big thing that needs to change. Hey Rex, how you doing today, Chief? His cheeks are getting in, yeah, because you can't do much against a Saber in Hurston Atmosphere under 10k. It's a very, very dominant fighter in this area. Shields don't work. I personally feel that they should remove shields full stop and just buff HP. Because people freak out when they lose their shields as well, where they'll maybe like disengage, you know, kind of stuff. They won't like take a few hits to the hull, basically. They'll just disengage and stuff. I really think shields should go in this game. Or just make it where it is like size 1 shields, it's just a bubble, it's just a buffer, and the moment it's gone, that's it, it's gone, out of the fight, right? You don't disengage to get your shields back, you start to fucking fly better, basically. That would be a good thing, I think. Because again, shields are just, it's so frustrating. Hull tanking with a damage control too. Yeah. If anybody's an Eve player, they'll get that one. Get those fucking hull resistance on. There's nothing worse than fighting somebody, like say for example they were in a dummy, right? Or let's take into no, that would be later on or earlier on. Does anybody remember the? Were you around, Warp Spider, for the 0.2 AU per second micro warping Scorpion? Did you ever see that shit? That thing was the most bonkers fucking thing ever, right? So the 0.2 AU Scorpion was in a time where Eve you could stack modules, like super stack, there was no like diminishing returns. And you would put all 100 MN micro warp drives in the mid slot of the Scorpion, and you would fucking macro on your keyboard to where it would press all of them at once, because you couldn't stack the modules at this time, right? So you'd have it where you press one button and it would just press them all at once. So whilst you're engaged and you're fucking losing, you just press this macro button, it would engage all warp drives at once, and you would just go whoop, fucking teleport 0.2 AU away. It was so funny, man. Nobody can stop you, like, because again, even if you had scram and like webs on and stuff like that, it didn't stop you because you weren't actually warping. You were just going so fucking fast. 0.2 AU per second. You just fucking disappeared. It was so good, man. And then fucking Geddons with like 6 heat sinks, man. Oh god. Fucking Tachyon Geddons. 6 heat sinks. All the fucking sensors you could put in the mids as well. I love when you had stacking like that. For a while, Scram didn't start micro warp drive, just 2 points of Scram. Yeah, but it never stops micro warp drive, dude. Scram basically would, like, so back in those days, the warp disruptor would be 1 point to just stop natural warping. Scram was just in case somebody put in the in their lows the device that does Scram stop micro warp drive now? Holy shit. Really? Really? Oh my god, no. Don't tell me an Aurora came for me. It stops Scram. Fucking that. Why? Why would it do that? I suppose that's a good thing in a certain degree, you know? Hi. These are not the droids you are looking for. Flame on! Dude, you can't outturn a saber in atmosphere. It's not possible. I've literally got it stationary. We're still outturning it. It's just going fucking... I don't know what it's trying to do. Jesus Christ. That's not my fault, chat. It fucking rammed me. Fucking tries to do psycho. I've been using dual props for several years, Micro Warfare and AB. Well, the last time I played, I was on 6 billion Tengu with Afterburner, because that was basically to just be super fast. I didn't know Scram actually stopped Micro Warp Drive. That's crazy. Maybe actually it was around the time I was playing the game. Like 2012 was when I finished. Yeah. Small, like, my Tengu is like 6 billion with snakes and stuff like that. It's got the small shield booster. So basically it just goes into a traversal. Like, I can warp disrupt to like 50 kilometers, web at like 16 or 17 when you've got full leadership boosts. At that time you could have the leadership off grid. Like a pause and stuff. Now I believe you have to have leadership on site, don't you? Like you have to have it actually on grid. Alright. Well, let me just put my advertisement. Incoming. 38 kilometers and approaching. It's gonna be a big ship. I think it's gonna be like Coney, I think. Let's rack up 4 just in case. Very 9. It's actually moving away from me. Holy shit. We need to go into Super Sex Pursuit. What's out in that direction? Nothing. Ooh, somebody's doing a mission. Right, keep on scanner. Holy fuck. No, that's Retaliator maybe. I don't have it on scan either. No, there we go. It's high. Like 30 kilometers even for a Saber is a long time. It's going up and up and up and up, I think. 28, see now it's doing weird shit, right? Maybe an eclipse? Oh, secondary target. We got 2. Let's fucking bring our scanner in. A little fucking tighter here. 45 degrees, 90 degrees. Woo! Voltas, thank you very much for the fucking 16 months support, dude. Appreciate it. That's them up above. They're going to warp range, maybe. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, I think they've warped already. Let's change the scanner here back to fucking 360. Yeah, I think they just came in to torp an NPC. Not picking up anything here now. Return to base. How you doing today, Chief? Blasty as well. Welcome in, sir. Ooh. Whee.
Quantum travel complete.
Saber's a cool ship, I like it. I want my Buccaneer to be better. I think everyone wants a lot of ships to be better. I don't think you're gonna see that until CIG get into their master guide that they're setting up. Because again, a lot of ships are not in the same flight model as other ships. Buccaneer, Car-to-All, all these things. Blade. It's all done with stupid numbers. And it needs to get to the stage where it is, and we got a target below. Maybe it's a mine. No, I got an eclipse below me. Diving down. Last one. Can't outrun a Saber in atmosphere on Hurston. Not possible. We fucking cheeky ping, chat. We cheeky ping. Why does the Saber perform so well? Because it is one of the fastest moving fighters at a certain height in the atmosphere, and people don't know this. An arrow can't outrun a Saber or outmaneuver a Saber at a certain height in Hurston. It can't do it. The Saber is the king on Hurston and Calliope. Because not only does it have more HP, right? So let's look into a factor here. An arrow has a certain amount of HP. The Saber has an 8k HP. Yes, it's got a bigger profile. So you've got your 2 shields, you've got 8k HP, and you've got 4 size freeze. You also, without Afterburner, can outrun fighters that are using Afterburner, so they can't move away from you because of the Saber. And arrows like maneuverability goes out the window at a certain height on Hurston. So when you bring somebody down into the kill zone, the arrow can't do it. The only thing that can do it is the Car-to-All, but the thing with the Car-to-All is the Saber out DPS's it, and the Car-to-All can't get behind the Saber. So it's face tank versus face tank, and funnily enough, the Saber kicks the fuck out of a Car-to-All because of it. Because it just has so much frontal damage at these heights. And it's the only time the Saber is useful. The only thing that can outrun in a straight line is the Banu Defender, but the Banu Defender can't outturn the Saber at these heights. So the Defender can get away, but the Defender is also on a different flight model. This is what I'm talking about, where like the guide system that's coming out, the Master Guide, sorts out all this nonsense. Because right now the atmospheric flight model of the Defender is so fucking scuffed. It can get up to like 600, 700 meters a second in the straight, and then it can just yaw turn, and no ship can fucking do that. It's the same with like the Hercules is not in the same flight model. There's so many ships that are in a different system to what we have right now. They behave incorrect, basically. And this is where CIG are finally doing a master guide, which means that every single ship will be put into this guide, and it doesn't matter what people cry about. It just will not fly like what things do right now, you know? Defender is great to a certain degree, but it's also very broken in the way it flies. It does not behave like certain fighters. You have certain ships, Hercules, Carrack, 890, Caterpillar, Banu Defender, Cartual, and some other ones that don't behave in the same flight model as, like for example the Saber and Gladius and stuff like that, that have the gold standard and shit like that. So once all these ships move over to the gold standard, or the flight master guide as they're calling it, a lot of things will change. Hopefully before the Santa Kai comes out, because if they don't have the Santa Kai on the new system, it's just going to be everyone in Santa Kai. Yeah, Carrack behaves far too aggressively for a ship of its size. It's the same with the Hercules. Like, everyone was complaining about the bombs of the Hercules, the A2. It's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that the Hercules can literally outturn a Hornet in atmosphere. I've killed many pilots in Gladiuses with my fucking A2 pilot guns, because I can outturn them in certain atmospheres. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. So I can't wait until we actually get out of this broken ass flight model that certain ships fly correctly, I suppose, if you wanted to call it that way, and some just break the game. It's meant to be published next year, Warspider. They're working on it just now. They were trying to get it in for free 18, like, to begin with, but I think it's going to be free 19 and stuff. Now, this should massively help out Hornets, Sabres, Buccaneers, everything like that, because as they have not had any work on them for a while, it means that they will get their upgrades, and you'll start seeing more ships being useful. Because as much as CIG want, right, so we got a blade coming in on us. Secondary ship. Oh no, it's just bad pip on that. Let's put 2 into the engines of this one, just because it's going to be freak it out whilst we push. And we're going to rack up our free. We're going to pull it down really low. And it's only an IR, so let's just one flare it off. Got a bit of an itchy nose, I apologize. Blade's coming in behind. So we're going to use our advantage of speed right here. Let's clean this out actually a bit more like that. Let's bring it down a little bit more. It's firing at 2.8 kilometers. Let's now change. Let's flare off this, push towards it. You can see how the blade is only moving 182 meters a second. Let's start the beam. And we push in behind, because again the blade can't outturn the Saber in atmosphere. And we have the speed where it can't disengage. Done. Blade dead. Saber wins. You literally can't run away from this thing in atmosphere. Only the Banu Defender can. And then this thing will kill the Banu Defender because of how scuffed EM is just well. Saber is literally the Hurston King. And when you've got like a group of them, fuck me, do shit just disintegrate because of it. I remember your 6 times free 600 out of the turret bug, popping fighters around PO. I never used oh, you're talking about, right, yeah. I thought you were talking about the stacking bug. You're talking about where you could put the doublers on, yeah. Because of, what was it we were using to put the doubler modules on? It wasn't the stacking bug. I never used any of the stacking exploits. It was, you were able to put something on the 600i to give it double size 4s, if I remember. So you had 6 size 4s. No, it wasn't size 3s, it was size 4s you had. I'm trying to remember what you could actually do. Maybe it was it the Gemini turret or something like that? It was a remote turret. Was it the remote turret? Was it the remote turrets of the 600i? So that would be 6 size 3s. Then. From the Redeemer. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad those things get character. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was 6 size 3s you could put on the 600i or if it was 6 size 4s. I never did the stacking bug on the 600i where you could have 20 size 5s. I never did that. When the speed bug was out and the weapon stacking, I never did those exploits. I can't stand that shit. There's somebody flying around in a Vandal glaive with like 20 fucking size 5s on it because you could put the guns on the fucking missile launcher mounts. So say for example you had like a missile launcher. The missiles, where you put the missiles, you could put a gun, but you could also put another missile launcher. So you would have like literally a missile launcher inside a missile launcher, inside a missile launcher, and the rest of the slots were just filled with fucking guns. You had Gladius with like 22 fucking size 3 beaming shit. It was so stupid, man. I'm so glad that we don't have that much cheese right now, but yeah, but I'm definitely, when we go back to talking about the Master Guide, I can't wait for it because I want to see the Buccaneer useful. I want to see the Hornet useful. I want to see the Saber useful. I don't want this game to be always about who has the most agile ship that wins. And that's what sucks right now about Star Citizen. That if you're not flying, like, Arrow, Gladius, Cartwall, and Blades, you just get fucking curb stomped, right? In pretty much 80% or 90% of this game. You know what I mean? Like, if I go in Buccaneer and I go into, like, I'm a semi-decent pilot. I take a Saber, I go into Daymar atmosphere, and I'm flying around, and some fucking pleb and an Arrow turns up. And I'm talking about a pleb. They can kill me. Because I can't outturn them. And I hate that. I hate the fact that right now, you can get into certain ships and just beat people. If they're in like a non-meta ship, or you want to call it, you know? It's fine, I'm glad people use these things for simplify itself. I meant to figure out. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's why they don't ban people, Tumbrino. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, these people should be banned. I think, like, if you are constantly hassling somebody, yeah, you should ban somebody for something like that. But if somebody finds an exploit, don't ban them. Don't ban them. Just let them keep doing what they're doing. And yeah, then just fix the exploit. Ban is, oh yeah. Warning, yeah. Like, written warning, or like verbal warning or written warning, whatever they want to do, right? But definitely if you're caught using an exploit when this game is out, then straight to ban. Yeah, there's no excuse. Like, the moment that they go, this is the release of Star Citizen, you know, yeah, then ban. Straight to ban if you use an exploit and you get caught with it, you know? Like, I was watching, I raided Avenger 1 yesterday, and there's a Scorpius in their match that was literally doing 1400 meters a second and out-turning fucking fighters and just beaming everyone to death, you know? That's definitely somebody using a cheat system to be able to achieve something like that. And that needs to get knocked the fuck out, like. That's a ban, yeah. Man, I'm gonna have to get rid of my... I'll have to kill my saber because I don't think it'll give all the missiles back. Maybe it will with a 30k. We'll jump into it. Is the group that developed that shit? Well, need to get that fucking going, you know? I mean, you know what? Like, people using exploits or meta ships or something like that, you know, cool beans. But when you have to use a cheat engine or something like that for an alpha, you have obviously way too much fucking money. Or zero gives a fuck, like... Come on, I'm still on 100. Alright, cool. It's like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog rolling across the ground. The funny thing about cheating is, isn't the software CIG with it the worst in the industry and actually most easy bypass? For now it is. Again, like, if you've got people cheating in Star Citizen Alpha, you know what I mean? Like, it's like whatever, you know? Better to just let them cheat now and knock it out before live, right? Because that's the problem Elite Dangerous didn't do. Elite Dangerous, there was so many exploits that they left in all the way to release. And I don't want that for Star Citizen, you know? Let people exploit, let people fucking use cheat engines. Fuck. The fuck are you just flying? Again, watch this, right? When you get into the saber, watch where the guns go. I think the guns should stay back there. Do I have all my missiles? Oh, I actually do have all my missiles. Fucking dope. Alright, cool then. Fucking 30Ks, man. That server was actually pretty good. So we got like, what, 3 kills on it. Blade, Eclipse. Oh no, we got 4 kills. Eclipse, Blade, Inferno, and Aurora. That's not bad, actually. Not bad. I'll take that in my little Sabarata. The MFD on the Saber definitely needs a little work to it. Wish there was like other places criminals could base from, like outer rings or something like that to locations, so you didn't have to always hop. Helps aid in cheat detection and take it. Yeah, exactly. I'm all for that. Cause I mean, I hate fucking cheats in games. Like, it's why like with Warzone, I stopped playing it because it was so boring, man. You know, this is the case. All F4s, rage in chat, threats, all for a game in alpha. I know, Tombrino. It's so sad, right? Like, I really want to know who. It must have been a content creator that alt F4'd, right? It has to have been a content creator with decent amount of viewers that alt F4'd first and then did it multiple times or something like that. Somebody like that must have done the alt F4. Because I don't understand how you've been able to alt F4 for so many years and now within 2022, it's fucking everyone is doing it, right? Some little limey cunt on Twitch or YouTube has a fucking video telling this, you know? Because it just literally fucking popped out this year. Also, it's been found out that security vulnerability, because it works on the kernel level, inject the code into massive. Yeah, very true, yeah. I hope they will rework the Hawk too. I love the ship. The Hawk doesn't really need any rework, guys. Again, this is the biggest thing, right? There are so many ships in this game that need the new Flight Master Guide to ever see their potential. You have to remember the Hawk is very, very aerodynamic, you know? And it's semi-decent in space. So you need to wait to see the new system before you can go, you know, the Hawk needs a rework. It might not. It might just be because of the current flight system, it just is jank, you know? There are certain ships that I know about that don't behave in this model. Again, like I say, the Banu Defender, the Car-to-All, the fucking Hercules, the Carrack, the 890, the Hammerhead, all don't behave correctly in this flight model right now. They have way too much power for what they do. And with the Car-to-All, it's not its mobility, it's the fact that you can actually stop blackouts in that thing. That would be the only thing I would say on it. The Banu Defender literally can yaw at 500-600 meters a second. There's not even the Car-to-All can do that, you know? It makes no sense how these ships fly. Hercules can outfly dogfighters. Carrack can literally go maximum speed in atmosphere and 180 fucking turn like it's a jet fighter. The 890 can dive through atmosphere at maximum speed and literally 5 feet off the ground stop. Just fucking stop. Doesn't smash into the ground and stuff. This is all wrong. You should not be having these ships being able to do this. There should be consequences for the way you actually fly. And there isn't in certain ships. However, with the fighters, there's also the Buccaneer, the Hornet have had no love for like the past 2 years. They've had little tweaks here and there, but they just don't fly correct at all. Or their capacitors need to be better, you know what I mean? Like the Saber would be really good against arrows and gladius if you had double the capacitor. So you had double the shots and your fucking afterburner was double the size or something like that. You would be able to actually be able to maneuver then. Same with the Hornet. The Hornet has really bad push and pull power though. So that needs to be adjusted. Because again, the biggest concern with a lot of fighters are they've got the accelerations really whack, you know. It should be top end speed is the dominant method in this game, not acceleration. Because if you're, like I said, if you're versing a ship that had, like, light fighters are just a fucking joke in this game. And it's not because of their mobility, it's not because of their tank, it's the fact that you can fit size 3 weapons to them. And I will always harp on this for fucking many days. Light fighters or super agile ships should not have high damaging weapons. Just shouldn't. There needs to be a reason why you go into a Hornet over a Gladius. And there isn't right now. It's not because of the weaponry system. Even with the amount of weapons a Hornet can field, it still has shitty capacitors, shitty movement, stuff like that. And Blade as well. But also, I would like to see the Car-to-All be changed from size 4. The Car-to-All should have 4 size 2s. It should not have the size 4 mount. It's a fucking scout ship. It's a scout ship. Like, again with the Talon, like, a lot of people will complain that the Talon, you know, is whatever. But for me, I don't even think the Talon should have a size 4 platform. I think it should be an anti-fighter platform. They should change it. And make it where the Shrike is the big ship anti-platform. And you use the Talon to protect the Shrike, basically. As 2 stealth ships. And what you do with the Talon is you put 4 size 2s on it. And that's how you solve that one. Anything that is super fast, super agile should not have big weaponry system. I'm just sorry, it just should not in this game. Can't have tank, agility, speed, and DPS. It's just, it breaks the game massively. And they also have to make it where turrets have more range. Like, they literally have a bonus to the gun in range. Because it is fucking stupid how ships, like if you're in a a hammerhead, for example, and you're up against a group of fighters, the group of fighters can literally sit out of your kill range and still hit you, but you can't hit them. These are a lot of mechanics that need to change. Or there's just no point making any more big ships. It'll just become a fighter swarm. And I don't want it. I want to actually see structurized fleet fights. I want to see why you would bring a Vanguard, why you would bring Hornets, why would you bring Buccaneers? Not because it's the ship you choose to. There has to be a reason. Or it just turns into where everyone turns up in Cartoals, Blades, and fucking Gladius for the rest of the world, you know? Ooh wee! Is it VTOLing out of its mind? Ooh. I can catch it, but I don't think I can kill it before it runs. Coming to warp height. It's turning. Oh my god, he fucking turned. Jeez. The dude is literally 2-3 kilometers off warp height and he decides to turn. No, you were so going to survive if you had just kept your trajectory. And now realization's coming in. Still not high enough. He's going down. What the fuck? Like, I feel like I should just let him go. But then punishment has to be exerted. Oh, loot! Loot! Where are you? Right, if we just go down, decouple and we'll fall this way. F's in chat for the Cutlass that could have escaped but didn't. Oh, there is. Might not find this box. It's not pinging now. They need to make it where these boxes are... I hope Pez changes this. Alright, it's gonna be around here somewhere. Like, I don't know why it changed where you can't ping boxes. No. Looks like we're losing it. Bodies and boxes. For some reason, 372 changed. I think it's when they brought the 100 players in, they had to change it for that reason. But this should change in 318. Hopefully. Oh, incoming. Oh, wait. Oh. Where is that? Is there a box there? The box! Yay! Oh well, that's cool. It's a very tiny box. But at least we found it. PES makes or breaks this game for me. I think also like server meshing and stuff will make a big difference for the game and stuff like that. We definitely need it, right? Because a 100-player server doesn't mean shit, right? Oh, that's rocks. 100-player server just means shit all right now. And that colorless guy could have just ran and warped away like. It's literally 3 kilometers. If it hadn't turned, it would have been fine. Have you heard of a game called Star Trek Returns? No. No, I'm not a Star Trek fan or like a Star Wars fan. I'm more, what's it called? Like Battlestar Galactica, Firefly, stuff like that. It punches above its weight, unquote. Yeah, Chris Roberts made a big boo-boo fucking saying that shit all the time. But I think CIG will sort a lot of things in the coming changes next year. Flight, weapon systems. Ships need to have roles and not just be, right, I'm gonna go into a light fighter because I know I'll smoke pretty much, you know, 80-90% of the fucking ships in the game. That needs to stop. Massively. It can't always be about light fighters. Light fighters need to be where you use them to deal with light fighters and fighters. That's it. Light fighters as a swarm should be no threat to anything else, right? Unless obviously you got like fucking 5 to 10 of them, right? It's got to get to the stage where certain weapon sizes just don't harm certain ships, and those certain ships require more than one person to fly it, right? That's just how I feel about the game. Or you'll never have any reason to use fleet ships. There'll be no reason. You'll just literally have Krakens on the outskirts launching multiple fighters, Idris launching multiple fighters, and that's it. There'll be no reason to fucking fly in with Vanguards or Hornets or anything like that, because they'll just get fucking vaporized if it doesn't change. And I don't think it should be like that, personally. Right, that's a large ship over Lorville. It's not heading this direction. If it was us, it would be about 20, 30, round about this height here, because you got, yeah, like there. There's Everest there, but that is Lorville over there. So that's a big ship. That's probably Connie, maybe bigger than Connie actually, to be detected at 70 kilometers. Probably Hercules or something like that. It's a shame we've got this mining node here, or we would have clear skies for radar. But at least we know it's just that. That's one thing I really, really love about Hurston, is the fact that there's hardly any, like, mining rockables. So you actually get to feel what it would be like to ping just detecting, because, again, we're about to get, like, a filter system where you'll be able to change out your ping to only target certain things, even people on the ground eventually. And I can't wait for it, because there's nothing worse than being in, like, a 2v3 or a 1v3, and you're trying to ping to make sure that you can find where the people off scan are, you know what I mean, or off radar are. And then you're just fucking surrounded by rocks and stuff like that. It's the worst thing, because I can fight with this thing constantly on to give me information that I kind of feel like should always be on the screen anyway, right? But not when you've got loads of rocks. So again, Hurston is a great place to actually fight in the atmosphere, because there's not many rocks. Like, if I did this on Daymar, like 6 or 7 fucking rock spawns would pop up, you know? I want a ship ID. I don't know where they'll go with ship IDs, to be honest. Like, there was this whole chat many years ago where you would be able to get some sort of fake ID to go into, like, a security place as a criminal. I just don't ever see this being added to the game, personally. I mean, shit, if they can't do ejection seats, what hope do we have? There we go. 24 above us. So we don't need to move. Oh, 73 as well. We got another large ship in the high distance, but that'll be Lorville again. But our 24 above us, we'll wait until they break the 5-6 kilometer height. 12 kilometers now. And we got detection. It's an Avenger Titan. Alright, let's push the water. I'm gonna put one into it. Let's see how aware it is. Fox free. Fox free goes out. Sniffing. Clap. By 360s. Gears down. Pulls away. Slightly. But again, Saber. Master of the atmosphere on Hurston. Titan Avenger in general is really good at pulling away in space, especially like the Warlock and stuff like that, but again, impossible to pull away from Saber. You can see here, right? Like instantly on the straight, 500. Arrow can't even do this. Arrow can't even achieve 500 in the straight, it does like 350, 400 or something like that. But the Saber Raven is dogshit, which is weird. Because the Saber Raven actually has a much nicer cockpit than the standard Saber. I don't know why they couldn't put the Saber Raven cockpit on the Saber. That would be so good. Because again, the struts don't make any sense for an Aegis ship. If you look at the Titan, you look at the Gladius, they're all bubble canopy. Why the fuck has a Saber got such a jank ass fucking cockpit, you know? They could have easily sorted this out for gold standard, and I think they just didn't bother, really. Hey TF, how you doing, Chief? Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, 2 gifted subs is worn off. If we can try and get to 225 by the end of the month, which is in like a couple of days, I'll be super happy. I think we're gonna fall off a good gifted subs as well. However, soon guys, for December, we'll be rocking all the giveaways that I've still got. So all the channel points that you actually get just now, this is the bonus for people who actually, you know, lurk in the channel as well. All those extra points for the giveaways. Since we're only doing like every 6-month giveaways now. But we just do a fucking shit ton of giveaways. This means that I get like a natural growth. But I reward the people that actually sit in channel as well. Hey Skylum, how you doing, sir? You know, I wish they would kind of make, like, laser repeaters be like shredders, right? They can make attritions like Mantis, basically, or something like that. Or make attritions like shredders, where they're just high damage laser, but you've only got like a five shot burst. That would be so fucking dope. Because obviously they've not got the bonus to attrition back in again, or like the heat system. What they could do is, instead of the heat system for attrition, just make it where it's got like 5 to 10 shots, but it does double damage, right? That means you have to be way more on target with that kind of weapon, and if you're more relaxing, you go for the Panthers or something like that. That would be a really cool system to add in. So attrition would be like high damage, very low ammo burst. And then with bearing, you could go for how it is just now. And I would definitely take double damage, less ammo burst over shots. But I definitely feel like they need to bring, like, the light fighters into size 2 and make size 2 have shorter range, and then buff every turret to be size 3. So when you've got Vanguard, like you've got the Harbinger, right? The Harbinger can have 2 size 3 Panthers. I feel like all the other Vanguards need to have size 3 as well, and that means they get the 1400 range, right? And then light fighters just make it where they've got maybe 1000 range or something like that with size 2. Because they can get in closer to shoot, basically. That would be a really cool thing. Again, like I said, there just needs to be a reason for using heavier fighters. And when you've got light fighters that can just beam at range, it just doesn't work. I know armor isn't yet, but I would like to see a good... I would see guns good for shields, downing allows for... That's the plan, but they also want to do armor like War Thunder, Pox, right? They want to do it like War Thunder, where you have like rounded armor and shit like that, which requires you to go through the whole fucking mesh model of the fighter or the ship all over again, which means that if they decide to go that route, it's fucking years, dude. It's fucking years to implement armor into like, what, 180 ships? Unless they've got some sort of technology that implements it or can work it out, you know? It goes, oh, well, this ship's got like a rounded fuselage around its engines. That would be bouncy off kind of armor, you know? I personally feel like what they should do is add armor to shields, right? So hear me out on this, guys. Make it where every ship is like super squishy the moment your shields are dropped, right? But add armor stats to shields. And make it where, like, if you want to be ballistic resistant, you have to add it to your shield, basically. And then bigger ships can just have, you know, a decent size hull HP. So just shield, no armor, and hull. That's it. Shield and hull. That's all the stats are. Fuck the armor and just add resistance to the shields. And just make it where the moment you lose your shield, that's it. You get fucking vaporized as a fighter. But obviously buff its HP, you know? So it's like a super buffer. The moment you lose the buffer, you better be fucking evading like a motherfucker or you're dead, you know? That would be one way of doing it, where they wouldn't need to bother wasting years. All they would have to do is upgrade a shield tech. Because the problem is, with any time they add anything to this game, it takes like 2 years for them to figure it out. So they add it in, it comes in broken, or maybe not exactly how the players want it or how it feels for the game. and then 6 months to then tweak it, another 6 months to tweak it. You end up like 2 years waiting for something, and I don't think people want to wait another 2 years for just more defense when they could just add it as a stat to shields. Like, I want my shields to be more laser resistant. I want my shields to be more ballistic resistant. But as soon as my shields go, that's it. Fucking shredded. People already start running away when their shields are down or going down anyway. Just make it where that's the tank. Make it where you got a squishy hull. Bigger ships can have obviously a little bit more HP to buffer it out. Or a last minute escape kind of thing. I don't know, again, just spitballing an idea. Oh man, the other server was so much better before 40K'd. Don't watch bash anyone at CIG, but don't wanna bash anyone at CIG, but sometimes I think they implement stuff without understanding. I think, again, this is not me trying to bash on CIG. I think most of the time they throw in the gamble kind of scenario, right? Alright, this sounds okay, it feels okay to us. Let's throw it into the game and see what happens. I definitely feel like it would be in CIG's interest to basically have it where, like, certain players, especially Evil Catty, get to test out some features and they don't even bother going to PTU if the feedback is. And again, this is where a lot of Evil Catty or a lot of space dads with money and stuff, and that can be a problem as well, where everyone's like getting hyped about it, and then every one of the PvPers that are in Evil Catty are like, no, this is a really bad idea, and they don't listen to the PvPers. Because the people who are getting excited about it don't understand the implementation. Like, again, I would put easy money on, like, a good 90% of the PvP community don't want super buffs and stuff like that, you know? How's no one claimed you burned yet, or is the server just dead? Because people have tried and failed Arta games, that's why. People have tried and failed. But yeah, CIG definitely... I definitely feel like the past, like, couple of years, they've had problems with COVID, right? Not really dialing in what they want to achieve, waiting for technology. So the biggest thing right now is CIG, before they can snowball, they need to make it where all the servers work, right? Because you can't keep adding mechanics, you can't keep adding tech, you can't keep adding more content if the servers can't handle it, right? So I generally do believe CIG for the past 2 years are literally fucking clamped in what they can do until the team that does the servers and stuff like that works out, right? And I think that's a fair assessment of what's going on right now with the company. That there's a lot of things that they're building on, especially for Squadron 42 and stuff, that they can't showcase. But also, we can't get it because it would just literally scuff our servers even more. And we're already starting to get 30Ks now, which is not a good sign, right? They push stuff and only test an hour, the rest of the community will test it. That is very true, yeah. Hey, how you doing, Chief? I'm doing well, actually. Feeling good. I think I'm generally through the COVID side now. Just get the energy back and all that good stuff, you know. Do you want to mine the gems of the saber? No. I am the dominant fighter at Edmund in my Saberata. Super speed. This patch is so bad. I don't think, like, most of the patch is bad, right? But also CIG did say that they were putting in a lot of stuff for the future into this patch, right? And this is where a lot of people forget about this stuff. CIG add things to the servers, to the client, to make the future of this game better. And sometimes we get fucked up patches because of it. Free 17.2 is a prime example. That we have a shitty few months because of it, but they get the feedback that they need to make it better for the future. And I'm personally fine with that kind of stuff. If the future of Star Citizen improves, I'm all for pain, right? But you have to see it improve. Or you start getting resentful and, you know, angry at the developers because of it. So it's like a double-edged sword. CIG really need to improve on things, especially at now 500 fucking million made, $500 million in funding. And still, for the past 2 years, it just feels like nothing is actually being majorly done for Star Citizen. There have been some really nice tweaks here. I'm not saying like the whole past 2 years has been a complete waste of time, but it just doesn't feel like it's gone anywhere in 2 years. And I can't wait to see the point where it starts to go places, you know? You could try to make Pew Pew. Well, people have come after the bounty. We're on another server that 30k'd and quite a few bounty hunters came. We killed an Inferno, Blade, an Eclipse, and an Aurora. And on this server is a Cutlass and a Titan. There's a lot of ships at Lorville right now. You can see on my ping there, right? That's Lorville. So there's a big ship over at Lorville, probably Carrack size, large class anyway, to be hit by that radar. But that's not coming for us, so it's like whatever, man. It's just doing cargo runs or something. If they're very heavy development Squadron 42 and we don't see any of it, it feels like nothing is happening. Yeah, exactly. But again, if they can get Squadron 42 out faster and done, it just means more funding, and finally they might dedicate more team to Star Citizen. But you've also got to remember, and this is one thing that is pretty cool about Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, they can use the assets from both games. So whatever they build for Squadron 42, they can add to Star Citizen. If they build the Odin solar system, the Nyx solar system, a Vandal system for Squadron 42, they can add it to Star Citizen in the future. So it's not like it's like, whilst we wait for them to do everything with Squadron 42, it's a waste of resources, right? For anyone that's into Star Citizen. Hey, Noobifier, how you doing, Chief? How's life, sir? And I think that's a really good part about developing Star Citizen and Squadron 42 at the same time, is that whatever they do for one game, they can add it to the other. And if somebody is building a solar system for Squadron 42, it means that when we actually get all the technology for Star Citizen added in, they can just dump a whole solar system and everyone goes, wow, I wasn't expecting this. And it's like, well, if they're building it for one game, again, you can put it into the other. Is Squadron 42 open-ended or campaign ends? What do you mean with that? Are you talking about once it comes out, that's the end of Squadron 42? They've got plans for way more episodes and stuff like that. But the thing is, once you've built all the assets, for it, it's just story building, right? And voice acting. And funnily enough, that's actually the easiest part of it. It's the assets to build the game that take ages, right? So once you have all the tools, all the assets, all the engine working and stuff like that, all you need for the next part of Squadron 42 is just voice acting and story building. That's it. You don't need to waste years and years building assets and tools to build things and stuff like that, you know? So that's the good part about it. You would imagine that easily, like, a good 40% of the Squadron 42 team will be able to move to Star Citizen and start working on it, right? Because they don't need as many, like, staff members to build on. Like, again, asset artists that come in to make, like, cups, plates, backdrops, all these sort of things, that's like one of the easiest things to do with a game, because you can like, there's so many artists out there that want to have like this on their profiles and stuff like that. It's the technology that binds everything together is what takes time, right? For anyone approaching Mordor's, that's one thing I love about Hurston. There's no rocks, so whenever I get a ping, it's a ship. Apart from over at Edmund, I know there's a rock there. That's why. Having TDL and CR icon too close to each other may break the chat feed. Possible. But again, all we need is them to finish off building the tools, and that's it. You start snowballing at that stage. The problem is we're just not at the snowball stage. So that's a rock there, Mordor's. So as I'm just flying around in my little circle that I'm doing, I know that that's the only rock there. The saber is king on a certain height threshold in Hurston. Absolute king. It will shit on every light fighter. 1v1. Easy. Easy clap. Unless the pilot's really good. The only thing it will struggle on with Jag is a Cartol. But the difference is the Cartol can't get behind the saber, and the saber has more HP, more DPS than a Cartol. So it's a face tank versus a face tank, and in atmosphere, when you can't move, the saber wins on the face tank. Which is really, really good, because it's got 4k fucking HP on the nose. Or like the front of the fuselage. Which is really, really cool. 2v1 is difficult, but again, with a 2v1 scenario, like say you had 2 arrows on you, you can pretty much kill 1 arrow before you're going to be majorly damaged, or like your shield goes down on the saber, or you maybe flash hull at that sort of stage, but then you can pull away from the second arrow because the arrow can't catch the saber in a straight line. It can't do it. It bottles out at like 350 when this thing does 500, right? And that's with Afterburner. This ship in a straight line goes as fast as an arrow with Afterburner at certain heights. Look at this, I'm doing 400 without Afterburner. That's insane how fast that is. And all you have to do is get 2k away and then circle fight. But again, obviously, like, it depends on the pilot who you're versing with, but people don't expect a saber to do so much damage at this height. But it's all about knowing its limitations. So, for example, if you cross a certain height threshold, it becomes where the arrow and the blade and the gladius dominate again, because they get their weird fucking agility for some reason. Again, this is where the flight model just is so jank, where heights affect the model. Just because you start gaining more meters per second and stuff, which is realistic, but also, again, you just wouldn't be able to just go in from no agility to max agility, right? Saber is the only ship you paid for. It is so good if you know where to take it. Like, when me and the guys are playing and we've got like 3 sabers, it's fucking GG, man. The moment an arrow versus 3 sabers in this atmosphere where you can't go fast, you get insta-popped with it. And they've got all the armaments they would ever need to deal with bigger ships. You can't outrun it either. The only chance you've got is to warp away from it. Because again, even with, it's got such a big, look at this, like if I just do front, look how much my afterburner is. Nearly 600 meters a second, you ain't outrunning this. And again, look at my speed, even without afterburner, I'm still able to turn at 300. Keeping my, look at the afterburner regens so slow. That's why the saber is so shit versus fighters in space, is because the afterburner regens so slow. So you have no mobility in a saber. But again, when your natural speed is your ability, that's why this thing does so well at this height and in this atmosphere. But it has to be a super hard atmosphere. You take this to Daymar, you get fucking clapped by a brand new player in an arrow because you can't outmaneuver it, because you don't have enough afterburner. So CIG needs to either make it where the afterburner regens faster in the Saber, which would allow you to be a little bit more aggressive, or I don't know. Go back to the same topic of lower down light fighter weapon sizes, because it's just so stupid. But whenever I'm in like Hurston flying around, I'll definitely use Saber, because it is so much fun. And it looks fucking dope, like. Nobody ever uses this ship. Calliope Jumptown is really good as well. Again, the only thing you have to massively fear is the Cartol, but the Cartol again is literally face tank versus face tank. And the Saber just has the edge on it. Smaller profile in the horizontal, and it beams way more damage. You just gotta face tank. You don't try and run away or anything like that. But again, if you've got a wingman, 2 Sabers in these atmosphere is killer, man. It's very, very difficult to deal with that shit. Not only do you have so many size 1s and size 2s pelted at you, and you can barely dodge them unless you flare correctly. But the moment, like, you do any weird shit, this thing is on you super fast. And it doesn't need to use its afterburner until the actual merge, which means it's got a shit ton more afterburner in full power to weapons than you could ever do. But again, take it out of this area, it gets absolutely curb stomped. It's not even a contender in certain things. And it's really sad, man. It's really sad it's only good in one area of the game. You just can't do shit with it anywhere else. But maybe one day we will see Saber back on the space combat method, who knows. What would you say is the best fighter for space, thin atmosphere, thick atmosphere? If you were wanting like a general fighter, probably Gladius is like your all type, you know, standard right now. It gives you good damage, good tank, good cockpit, good cross section. It's probably just, it's not the best, like the best is down to, that's a 43, that's a big ship. And the best is down to just how good you are as a pilot, right? There's people that prefer the arrow, there's people that prefer the Cartol, there's people that prefer the blade. It just depends on scenario and who you're up against, right? Remember the Saber 4? Oh, dude, it was so good, man. Again, I just feel capacitor is fucked with the Saber. Because it has a big capacitor tank, but it has, like, it regens half the time that, like, an arrow and a Gladius can do. And that's its biggest issue. Yes, it's got a big profile, right? But if you could actually move in and out of fighting better in space and stuff like that, it would be fine. It just needs to regen its capacitor more. That's it. Also, its weapons. Because you got 23 shots of Panther, you got a big thing, but look how long it takes to regen back up, you know? So again, I think it just sort of needs like a capacitor bonus to it, and then I would like to see what it's capable of that. Because again, it's got a lot of frontal damage. It just doesn't have the ability to fight and continue fighting. It has to literally fight, disengage, and that just doesn't work with one magazine. You need at least 2 magazines to be able to fight and disengage, and this is what CIG don't grasp, that 1 mag is about enough to get through somebody's shields, depending on ship, 2 maybe, and then you've got 3 and 4 to kill something. So if I only have the time to actually dump 1 mag, what the fuck am I meant to do? What the fuck am I meant to do with a saber in space, you know? And every ship can literally get around you because they've got higher G movement. It's just bonkers, like, absolutely fucking bonkers. Tricording, high G maneuvering, the blackout system not working. This is what's ruined PvP in the game right now. Because you've got ships that can do fucking wacky things and other ships just can't do shit. It's not balanced at all. And it needs a full correction of it. But the thing is though, is like, what might be shit right now might be really good in the new system. We just don't know, right? But I definitely feel like ships that have slow regenerating capacitor are just worthless in this game. Like a Vanguard takes so long to regen its afterburner or its boost back up again. This is stupid. Just make it where it can't go fucking fast, but it can at least go into its second stage of maneuvering. MSR is another one. Like, literally, that afterburner or boost takes fucking years to regen. Whilst you've got Carracks that regen super fast. Again, it's nothing has a standard right now, which sucks. Yeah, the Defender's broken in atmosphere. I've already reported it to CIG many times. It behaves completely out of whack. Like, its frontal speed is ridiculously fast. If that's where they're going with it, cool beans. It's got twin jets, you know. But it's the fact that it literally can go at max speed and it can yaw like this, right? It can yaw like 500-600 meters a second doing this motion. And that's just fucking stupid. Stupidly broken. Yeah, it has no air resistance. And that's the only thing that's broken with it. It just literally defines the flight model, or breaks the flight model. And the Scorpius actually had the no air resistance when it first came out, and I reported that to CIG. It literally could go at 600-700 meters a second and fucking yaw at 600-700 meters a second, and you were going so fast round corners that your gunner could just curb stomp anybody chasing, and they were literally bleeding all their resources as you just basically fucking Tokyo drift like this, you know? And yeah, that, I think that got sorted pretty quick, but the Defender's pretty out of whack, like. I was in a Vanguard and the problem with the Vanguard is it's so slow, right? It's so slow in atmosphere, and I generally feel it should have a decent push and pull, but then its turning ability would be slow. But the biggest problem again is you dump your afterburner in the Vanguard to maneuver yourself into position, right? And then you wait like a fucking hour for it to go back up. And that's not good. That's not good in a game. You can't have ships that have super fast boosting ability and then other ships that are literally like this one where it's like, look how slow it is to regen. Yeah, but the thing is though, you have like, right, so this is the problem with it, Skyrim, is you commit to a fight, but you have no ability to disengage as a Vanguard. You go into your fight and you die. You ain't coming out of it, you ain't warping away from it, because 2 fighters will take your wing off before you even know about it, you know? So yes, they are meant to attack and not dogfight, like the Saber's not meant to dogfight, but you can't, Everyone complains about jousting, right? They complain about jousting, yet it's a hit and run tactic that's valid in aerial combat. Because certain planes are designed to come in and go, beam all my damage and then fucking fly away. But CIG have it where, oh, you can't even take somebody's shields down with one magazine. So now you gotta fly away, they get their shields back up, and you come back to boom and zoom, and you can't do it in this game. Because boom and zoom should be where one fucking mag literally disintegrates a ship. And they have then shit turning ability and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, in World War II. But you can't do it in Star Citizen. So why design a ship for hit and run tactics that can't hit and run? And that's what the Vanguard is for right now. It literally can't hit and run, which was what its intention was. All it does is die. I don't care what anyone fucking says. You have 2 players and a Sentinel versus 2 fighters. The 2 fighters disintegrate you in seconds. In space. There's nothing you can do against it. You can't move enough. And once you've lost your back shield, you just literally lose a wing. And that's it. You're fucked. The game logic in Star Citizen is very dumb at times. Yeah, it is. Again, they design hit and run ships that get curb stomped by light fighters because, again, Chris Roberts hits above its fucking weight class. It should never be hitting above its weight class. Light fighters should be size 2 weapon systems incoming. And then, this looks like Connie, actually. Maybe? Titan. So again, we'll do, we only have 1 bandit. Let's just do a Fox into it. It's still at height. Let's keep our tracking system off it. Even though I'm not even looking at it. See, look how fucked up missile locking is. I'm not even fucking looking at it. And yet we're tone locking. Fox free on that. So that's gonna go up and bend. So we go into movement here. Titan is now having to slow down. We're coming right behind in the slot. We don't even need to afterburner at this stage. Already no shield. Afterburner now to get speed. Push in. On the nose. We flip her right over. As it tries to run again. And third mag into it. Again, Saber is just disgusting at these heights. Because most ships get hit by these, like most pilots in this atmosphere get hit by this very slow turning ability, and if you don't keep your vertical angle up in the atmosphere like this, you get fucked. You get absolutely fucked. And most people don't know about vertical angles and horizontal angles to keep your speed movement. So when people hard turn like they do this, look how slow you go down to. You go down to like 100 meters a second. And then it takes fucking ages to do. So if you actually keep into a 2-circle defense pattern as you approach, you can see here I'm going in 200 meters a second. We're going to start hard turning. Like say if we hard turn now, we push our afterburner, we're still moving 200 meters a second as somebody drops their speed down. So as we get right behind them because they've lost all their speed. We still have full afterburner to achieve it. And that's the biggest thing with Hearst and Atmosphere, is that it's very, very heavy. If you do not approach correctly, that's it, you're dead. There is no escaping, there is no outmaneuvering. It is literally the first merge is what dominates a fight. And that's what it's like in jet fighters. And this is where I really like it in Star Citizen. It's not about how good you are in AC, you know, how good your aim. If you don't come in with a correct velocity, you end up killing your ship because you can't move. And this is where I generally feel like a DCS pilot will kick the shit out of somebody. Not that I'm a DCS pilot or anyone that would kick shit. But I generally feel like somebody that understands like atmosphere a little bit more will do better in this sort of situation. And it's a shame that all moons and planets and stuff like that are not the sort of the same. They've got so many variables to them. Yeah, the 600i needs a massive rework on its boost. It's so stupid, right? So the 600i in lore is meant to be the fastest in the line Arctic, right? Yet the 400i is faster and it has double the HP of a 600i. And I'm not talking about shield. The 600i total HP is 29k. 29k HP on a 600i. A Terrapin has more HP than a 600i. It's fucking stupid. And this is where, like, again, there's so many ships that just nobody does any work on them. Nobody does any work on the 600i or these ships. They just forget them. And this is where we need a standard. We need their HPs pumped up, their speeds, their capacitors. Nobody works on it. Yeah, it's why I've stopped using the 600i. I would love to be flying around in a 600i with 2 gunners doing bunkers and stuff like that, defeating fighters. But it's not because of, like, the speed is a major factor of it, or getting around on people is a major factor. It's the fact that literally the moment your shield goes down, you're dead in 2 or 3 seconds. And it's stupid. It's so stupid. Yeah, again, you can't do combat. Whenever I see a 600i, I laugh. I'm like, why are you not using a Connie? A Connie is smaller, faster, and it has like 3 times the fucking tank of a 600i. And you've got better guns, turrets, missiles on the 600. The 600i is a fucking joke. An absolute joke in Star Citizen right now. You're better off playing with a 400i than you are a 600i. And the 600i is meant to be more powerful than a 400. Again, like, CIG just fucking meme all the time with their ideas. Or they don't go back to ships and actually put some numbers in on them. But no problem, the Scorpius, the Blade constantly get tweaks on HP stats and wings get fixed and fucking other ships get HP stats, but nobody ever bothers to go back to 609 and go, maybe, you know what, 29k total HP is a little bit silly, right? For such a big ship that can't move because its capacitor system is fucked. But no, nobody will do any work on it, right? Let's make a fucking hammerhead faster than some fighters, more agile than some light fighters, you know? But no love for anything else, right? Ooh, don't want the sound effect on that. Let me just get fuel actually. The Retaliator has a huge amount of HP because the problem is it used to torp itself. Now that it doesn't torp itself, they should really nerf the HP back down on it. But you could also look at that maybe they're going to use the HP of the Retaliator to be a standard with ships of that size. Who knows, right? We just don't know what their plans are for that kind of stuff. But yeah, 600i, such a shame. Such a lovely ship. They're doing a rework on it. We're meant to be hearing some of the information on the rework. Maybe by the end of this year. Because they're doing a full, like, an interior redesign on the 600i, which I think is good. The 600i interior is dreadful. It doesn't have any EVA hatches or anything like that. It's so bad. I hope at that stage they do the numbers on the HP. So it needs like an HP boost, it needs the capacitor system to work. It's so slow, its reverse frustrating is just mental. Like, again, it's just been such shit can, and I feel so sorry for it. Because, again, I use that, like, I've got the title of Orca King. My ship is literally called the Orca King in remembrance for what I used to do with it in Free 4. You know? I literally had that ability to snipe people at 6-7 kilometers with that ship. And me and Moist Nuno used to take on fleets. Him in a fucking Saber Raven or an Arrow that would sit on top of my ship to save fuel. And we used to just dominate everyone. And they made it where like obviously it wouldn't fly the same and its weapon systems were the same. That was not the problem because turrets would balance that out. They just made it where literally when your shield's down, you die. That's it. And you can just target the engines and missile spam it and the back end just falls off. Again, this is the biggest thing with like missiles bleed shields too hard, I feel. They need to make it where it reduces like 50% right now. And I feel like we're at the end of this server, like. Oh! No, that's the rock. 10k, yeah. There's a big ship at Hurston. Let's cruise over. Maybe they warped out. What this is. Yeah, well they nerfed gun range, right? Which I don't know why they did as well. Like size 5 I definitely feel should have had that big range bonus to it, but they nerfed all the guns' speeds down. So they took all size 5 guns and they put them to 700 meters a second, 750 or something like that. It's like, again, we go into the stage of where I think the past 2 years of choices of balancing and weapon choices have just been very, very off, I feel, for CIG. It was more just testing, right? Can you fly through this? You can. Remember there used to be that weird mesh thing that sort of told you you're not allowed to fly through. Can I go this way? Let's have a try. Oh shit, autopilot, no! 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 Fuck off! Man, autopilot is the... Oh my god, this is so cancer. I can't even move. Jesus fucking Christ! CIG and their autopilot, like... It's so stupid. So fucking stupid, man. Like, this is another one of their bright ideas that just doesn't work in this game, right? Like, just let people crash into a facility that has literally nobody in it, right? Who the fuck cares if somebody smashes into any of this area, which has nothing to fucking do with the game, right? It's so dumb. Just make it where you have a restricted flight area, like where the landing pads is. Look at this. Why? What possibly can I hit around here that triggers an autopilot? Like, who the fuck cares if somebody face plants into this fucking building that has nothing to it, right? Who cares? It's so dumb. Look, again, I'm restricted. What the fuck was I going to hit? Now I'm gonna go away, way, at super slow speed. Why? Who fucking built this? Who fucking built this system? Was the fucking developer so unathletic at playing the fucking video game that they had to come up with this system just to prevent them from crashing into shit? Nowhere near crashing anything, and I get literally spun around. Again, warning, restricted area ahead. I'm literally fucking 2k up in the fucking atmosphere, you know? Let me move forward again, you know? Watch this. So I'm coming in like 100 meters a second, right? I want to go under this. I want to do some... And it flies at 30 meters a second, 38 meters a second, 30... Yeah, 38. Can you let me go now? I'm way further away. I can fly now. No. Overwrite. Still in. Now it stops, right? Like again, there's nothing here, so who cares if some people are flying around doing shit? I'm literally 7k away from ever affecting anybody. Oh, Area 18 is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. It's so stupid. Anyway, this server I feel is deed. So we'll go maybe swap and do some stuff. The train system, again, like, you can have it where, like, literally at the last second, it stops people from ramming into a train, right? If that's what you want to do. But not like 3 kilometers away and then slow boat your way. It's so stupid. Autopilot is just dumb. Just let people crash. Literally let people crash and learn. Just make it where you can't fucking do that shit around the actual landing zone. It's the same when you go to like Area 17, right? Go to Area 17. There's nothing at Area 17, right? There's nothing. There's nothing for anybody to do in that area. Yet, the moment you're flying through the buildings, you get autopilot, and the autopilot makes you smash off the building and explode. Anyway, you're low flying through the buildings, and you're dodging all the buildings, right? And you're not crashing into anything, but then when the autopilot engages, you smash off a wall and explode. It's just stupid. So stupid. You've got more chance of crashing because of autopilot than you do anything else. Fucking bonkers. Alright, got good health. Again, all they have to do is just make it around the actual landing zone, Area 18, like in the actual like bubble where people are walking around in the trams and stuff. But everywhere else should just be, who the fuck cares? You're never going to put, like, especially at ArcCorp, you're never going to put all the locations like in between, right? You know, you're flying through the city. And maybe like Arc 17 and Arc 18, or you know what I mean, Area 18, Area 17 are separated by like 10, 15 kilometers or whatever it is, right? Why care about somebody crashing into a building around the area? Nobody's gonna see you, right? Yeah, like, you remember the mesh thing that popped up? That crazy like high mesh that told you, oh, it's silly. We don't need these things, right? Alright, let's see what we can get from Daymar.
Stand by.
How long it takes to get VKB sticks once ordered? Are you in America or are you in EU region? Or Pacific? USA. Right. Did you order off the... actually, do VKB have a US store? When like, if you ordered them, I would guess maybe like 2 weeks, Soulscream. And if you haven't got them in 2 weeks or like a note on it, then you may want to question support then. An invisible wall around this area without any zone shit. Yeah, again, just make people explode. I don't understand why that would be so difficult, right? Instead of doing an autopilot thing, if somebody is beelining for a building to smash into it, just make it where they explode before they hit the building or whatever reason, you know? Anti-crashing guns or something. You get beamed from fucking space. Again, it's just... it's so silly. Players don't need this kind of crap in the game. Let people make mistakes and make people learn and stuff. Who cares about death of a spaceman and all that other jank? Like, death of a spaceman already has gone out the window because of this ninja teleporting fucking thing. Oh, you just ordered 2 days? I think I would definitely give them at least 2 weeks before you get... like, it ain't gonna be like Amazon instant delivery, if you know what I mean. I would imagine you probably have a delivery note by the end of the week. That's my guess, though. That would be my guess. Auto death mesh, exactly. Just make it where buildings, like, at literally 50, like 2 feet away from the building, you just, in lore, you disappear, you get disintegrated or something like that. I would love to low fly around ArcCorp through the buildings with people flying with me and stuff. It'd be so sick, but CIG need to take off this stupid autopilot system that nobody needs. Nobody needs. I never see people just fucking trying to crash into buildings. You know what I mean? Of like buildings of anything like of importance. I never see it. I never see somebody going out of their way to do that. So in places that have no structures or anything like that, like Area 17, just let people fucking fly around, and who cares if they crash into the building? Literally, who cares? What developer cares? Is it Chris Roberts that cares? I just don't get why it would be in places of no importance. Like, I understand if it's at the center of Lorville where you land, ArcCorp, Area 18, and the landing pad zones, I understand it there. But in places that are away, why would anybody care? Are they worried that they're gonna get some fucking crashing into building montage on YouTube? You know? I don't even think Elite Dangerous had anything that autopiloted you. A Valkyrie. This is a secondary ship, but I can't target it. A Cutlass. The Valkyrie's taking off. Valkyrie has its door down as well. Let's engage on Valkyrie. It's in VTOL mode and it's doing a barrel roll. I mean, logically speaking, a barrel roll would work, but not when you're going at, like, super slow. Okay, that's just an aileron roll. That's not gonna do anything. Tune. Ooh, nobody. Nobody. And I don't know what that Valkyrie was doing. It's only 2k up to escape. Ooh. I think that's Maybe a discontentment? Yeah. Bad bitch o'clock. Fuck, man. I need to use that more. I'm stealing that coat. Alright. Give me a sec, because I need to screw this thing in. I need to get the lockout for this joystick. Woo. Veto roll and I need to get the new, have you seen the new MFG crosswind pedals that they've got? Nubifier? They look so fucking sick. Let me just get it here. This is what Mr. Tuvo's got, these new ones. Look at that. Woo! That looks pretty dope, like. I'm gonna have to try and get a pair of them. Because I've got the combat ones, the universal, but that looks really, really fucking cool for sitting your foot on. Yeah, I do have those. He sent me a bunch of stuff last year. Ah, right. I'm definitely gonna have to have a wee check out for that. I wonder if I could be cheeky and say, look, hey, I work with Verpal, Monster Tech, Toby. Would you mind sending me a review copy? You won't care, but I would say probably sells them for like 10. Alright, cool. They look very 3D printable? Yeah, they are 3D printable. They are. But it's not like, it's not cheap 3D printed. The ones that I'm using just now are the universal combat ones, and they are thick. It's like if like, the stuff that Monster Tech print compared to what Nubifier prints, it's like night and day, right? And it's the same when you look at the MFG stuff. It's thick printed. Like, you ain't breaking it, basically, if that's what I'm trying to describe it as. Actually getting... Oh. Is it just this area? Maybe it's this area. Oh shit! My thing's not working anymore. Interesting. That's why it fell off. No, that's still in. Why is this now no longer working? Look how much I literally lose 15 FPS. Fuck me. Fuck me. Well, I don't know why that's fucking broken again. And flies through. Mariana. Whee! Oh, nice. Stabilized? Nope. Had it. Overdid it.
Target destroyed.
Mariana. Spin to win? Yeah. It's a good way to stop people from running away. It's very counterable. If you VTOL to stabilize and then go in a straight line, get into space, then you're fine. But most people fucking hard afterburner, and that's what drops it down super fast. Arctic, I don't know why people do it, dude. But again, I look at this like I used to be where I wouldn't kill anyone unless they were coming after me. Like, I'm not purposely gonna go to like a truck stop and just mass kill anyone, right? I don't do that. But I'm starting to get into the mentality to just kill everything I see again, which for years I've not done. I've only ever waited for like a bounty hunter to come after me. And the reason for this is for salvaging for free 18. Because I look at it that every time I see somebody that I'm going to shoot at, they are food. They are now a currency or a commodity or something like that that you can actually class as. So like for free 18, I'm super happy with like for the way that I play this game. I play as like a killer, Top Gun, stuff like that kind of flyer, right? But now I'm going to be able to go, right, does anybody want to work for me today? You know, I'm going to just roam around Daymar, I'm going to do some low flying, I'm going to do this. If you're in the area, you know, I'm going to have some carcasses to, you know, and give me like a split, you know, a simple, easy split. I won't protect you. I'm not going to say, look, I'm not going to be able to protect your wreck and stuff, but I can't wait for salvaging, man. This is going to be so good. And again, a lot of people are worried, like, they're going to get griefed and stuff like that, but I'm not going to plan to kill people, like, outside, you know, like, Port Olisar and then salvage them and stuff. I think that would be pretty shitty. But, like, if I could hold down Shubin or something like that, and then have like literally a couple of salvagers beside me and be like, hey guys, I'm 30 kilometers away from Shubin, who's next in the list? It's like a fucking taxi wreck with somebody coming out, you know? I definitely feel like salvaging is going to make this game a lot more interesting, especially for Jump Town. Can you imagine like Jump Town if you bring like somebody in with a salvager? It's like, right guys, we hold the airspace, there's like 20 wrecks, go to town, you know? And then there's all the boxes on the ground as well that don't disappear, and eventually down the line cut off the modules like the guns and stuff like that. Especially like if you killed a hammerhead, right? And then you had the ability to maybe salvage, you know, some of the guns and put them in a cargo ship and sell those guns. I mean, that's a shit ton of money if you think about it. It's a lot of money for size 4 guns. Just depends on the sale value. Yo, of course. But because CIG are just adding it, I'm pretty sure they'll bump up the prices a little bit. Get people from not doing missions all the time, and we'll see how it goes, you know. But I'm very excited for the future of Star Citizen with salvaging. Then with exclamation mark kit. Tuck. That'll give you the link. Again, I don't understand why this has stopped. This literally fixed this. Is there anything else that you can do? I wonder if I do, like, 100 gigabyte, right? Yeah, we got this fix in, and now it's gone back. So I've got 32 FPS with self-status. Now if I do shield, I'm up to 55, 60 FPS again. Fuck knows why this has reverted back, like. Now we drop 20 FPS because of this. Man, I thought we fixed this. Yeah, I know it's a bug, but I added in this 10 gigabyte shader cache thing and it fixed it the other day there. But now it's not. I don't know why. I mean, I got 40 FPS, but I could be rolling on 56. I could literally have 15 more FPS just because of this bug. I hope it's fixed in 3.18. I'm so sick and tired of this one. Did I install the latest Win 11 patches? I'm not on Win 11, I'm still on Win 10. But I did, yes. I did. Would that have anything to do with it? Why would that affect? I take it then, do I have to install... You know, I'll probably see if there's a new NVIDIA driver, actually. What are we on just now? Maybe if I install a new NVIDIA driver. I'm not going to do it just now, though. No, we're not on a Titan series. RTX, isn't it? Nope. What the fuck? GeForce? Ah, there we go. There we go. So what is this? We're on... Oh, I'm on the latest version. Interesting. Has it done the Star Citizen one? Maybe it's changed Star Citizen stuff as well. That's a shame. I thought we had resolved that one. I wonder if I take it off now. I'm pretty sure I have to restart the game, right? For this to actually go through. Do we do driver default or just unlimited? Try unlimited. Just give it the unlimited power. Again, I don't think it'll do anything right now. No. I'll need to restart to see if it does anything, but yeah, look. Up to 56, 57 FPS. Self-status brings in down to 40, 39. I hate it so much. New drivers have a bug, yeah. I'm not gonna go into Windows 11 until it's like been out for a year plus. Because I don't feel like I need to. I hope they have that bug fixed, because I know Battlestar doesn't get it. I can't remember what was the other settings that people do for Star Citizen for this. No, I'm not on Windows 11 now. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Turn everything off and use the force, mums. I don't believe you. Why would this revert? We literally had 2 days of it working, and now it's not working. So what would have changed? Why is it changed? I don't understand this one. Fucking bonkers, eh? So if you look at it, GPU is using like 50, 60%, right? Watch this. Oh shit. The GPU now uses 82%, 83%, and we have an FPS boost. This little fucking thing literally kills my GPU by 20%. 20% the GPU dies because of it. And I thought we fixed this, but I guess not. Which means, how did I get it to work beforehand then? Sucks, man. Oh well. I'm so used to having shitty FPS right now anyway. That's Flash UI for you, I know. But it was meant to be fixed though, Arta Games. They literally said it was fixed. And it's come back. It's one thing I'm definitely going to check when Free 18 comes out. That'll be one of the first things that I check, because I've got to get this fixed before Free 18 live. You shouldn't be losing 20% GPU for just wanting to know your hull HP kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, and I'm not expecting it fixed anytime soon. But Free 18, if I notice it in PTU, then that at least gives me 3 weeks to try and find the developer who could work on it and try and get it fixed, you know? Because it's definitely not fixed. Man, it's got quiet again. I will always say this is why server meshing needs to be a thing for Star Citizen. Because you can have a 100-player server and nobody's doing shit. They're just doing NPC missions or playing with their friends, which everyone should be, you know, doing, right? But there needs to be a way where, like, bounty hunters or players like that, you know, can be meshed in to one server. Even if there's, like, multiple criminals, multiple bounty hunters in one area, that would be really cool, you know? It'd be a cool place, like, if they added in a system where if a criminal kills a bounty hunter in this area, they get the money from the mission. But if the bounty hunter kills the criminal in this area, the bounty hunter gets double the money. That would be dope, right? Like some sort of war zone betting sort of thing where, you know, when you're under this special comray, bounty hunters get double the income, but if the criminal wins, they get the income that you would have got originally. Not the double, but the original one. Like 40k. That would be pretty cool. And bring that guy in from Borderlands who loves to have like those arenas and stuff like that. The engine dude. They definitely need things to fight over though. Wouldn't people abuse that for money? No, because you go to prison. Again, like, you could do it where, yeah, you were abusing, like, you gotta look like 40k is not much, Arctic, right? I can literally go and make 250k in 30 minutes as a crime 5. I'll get into an eclipse and I'll literally chain hammerheads at 45k a pop, right? So if somebody is going to sit as a criminal in a zone and their friend just keeps coming in, well, one thing that you forget about is if you have a bounty and you jump in and lose that bounty or die to the bounty, you don't get the mission again. All they have to do is just make it where you don't get that mission back. Even with server meshing and stuff like that. Even if you leave the server and you come back in, you don't get the mission again. You just fail it. That's all they have to do to stop abusing money and stuff. So I mean, like, literally, what you're gonna make a bit of money to begin with, but then that's it, you know? People don't abuse these things in games like people think they're gonna do. Because again, in EVE Online, you have the ability to put money on somebody's head, even if they're not a criminal. You can literally put your own bounty on them. So, like, say for example, right, say Captain Burks is playing Star Citizen, right? He's a bounty hunter, and he's trying to hunt after me. I've got a bounty on my head. I can literally turn around and be like, hey, there's 4 billion on Captain Burks' head. Somebody eliminate him, you know? People don't abuse it. People don't... Captain Burks, like, the players in EVE don't go, oh, right, somebody's put a bounty on me. It's like, I'm not going to go and get it cashed in, you know? It's more of like an EPing thing where you try and hold it as long as you can, you know? And if somebody is using that to abuse money, again, like, most of these games, money doesn't really mean much, you know, unless you're talking about mega billions. So like 40k, 250k is nothing, man. Again, as a solo criminal, I can literally chain hammerhead missions at 45k a pop. And if I join a server, I get an extra 60k for the first kill. I can nearly make 500,000 in an hour by just literally torping. That's it. It's easy money, so... Again, what would be 40k for somebody? Like, Criminal pays so much more than Blue right now. When people say to me, oh, Criminal doesn't pay, it fucking does, like... It really pays. The difference is, like, for some reason, Criminal's missions are global and Blue missions are not, like, which I don't understand with that one. So if you've got another criminal doing missions on the server, you need to find another server, or go to a different area. Hey Anna, how you doing, Chief? You can do about 600k per hour, just PV bounties. Yeah, exactly. I can literally do one mission and make, like, it'd be the 45 plus the 60 right at the start, you know? Like, PvP bounty hunting is just EPing kind of stuff. That's it. It does not pay well enough, you know? So I don't think anyone would ever abuse a hot zone that makes it, you know, where like I was saying, like if the bounty hunter, say for example it was at Shubin here, right? The bounty hunter kills me in Shubin, they get double the money because they do it at a certain location. But if I kill the bounty hunter, I get the original money at 40k. That's not abused. Like that, you gotta look at it like how many bounty hunters would actually come and do that kind of stuff, you know. NPC bounty missions ruin this game because people no longer give a shit about PvP and then they just alt F4 or something like that. Because you can make so much money from just killing NPCs. It's not even funny now. Like, trading doesn't even make that amount of money, you know. Mining, you have to be very lucky with your spawns and places you go to and stuff. Gotta refine it, gotta spend days and stuff. You can make a lot of money. I hope they nerf it for 3.18. I hope they nerf PvE bounty missions, buff PvP missions, and then make it where people are doing salvaging and trading again. That's me personally. Because I don't think you should be able to just sit safeguarded, kill some really bad NPCs, and make the most money in the game. I don't think that is. Because with salvaging, there's a risk versus reward. With cargo running, there's a risk versus reward, as you could be intercepted in between locations. You know, if somebody is watching you and stuff like that. And PvP bounties should pay more than they do. Again, whatever developer or whoever lead or whoever decided to make NPC PvE bounties be so expensive in the reward at maximum level is wrong. You should not be able to make over 500,000 by just literally AFKing. You know. Rock mining 275k. Yeah, but how long is that going to take you to get 275k from rock mining, right? In comparison to NPC farming. Because again, if that's like a hand night doesn't take that long. But again, if you die, you lose all that time, right? So if that's you like in 30 minutes, right? In that 30 minutes, you can make 275 plus 139 the colony or whatever, right? But in that process, you can be killed and you can lose everything, cargo and your ship, time, all that jazz. However, if somebody does NPC farming, they don't lose anything. They just reclaim their ship and get back out there, you know? And especially if somebody has like 2 or 3 of the same ships with the same fits, you have 0 downtime. Like a few minutes of loss. You don't lose the money in your bank, you know? This is something where I feel like if you fail your mission, you should lose money or massive reputation. Because it doesn't right now. You can literally chain kill these NPC missions for a shit ton of money and you have no loss. There's no risk. Yet everything else in this game that has risk doesn't pay as well. It's so stupid. It's so backwards. I just don't get it. Anytime you risk more in a video game or in life, you should be rewarded for more, right? Because that's why you're risking it. But right now, you just don't. Mining, trading, PvP bounties doesn't pay as well, and you're constantly in risk. Low risk missions pay more over high risk. They do, yeah. It's silly. It's so silly. It's so backwards. And this is why, like, I talk about the Star Citizen community as soft, right? Because anytime there's anything hard to do in Star Citizen, people are on Spectrum losing their fucking minds. And it's not the player at fault, it's CIG constantly making this game too easy for alpha players. And it should be the other way around. If you're doing low risk, you know, you should be getting low reward. You're doing medium risk, you get medium reward. You're doing high risk, you should get high reward. And if people can't get their 890s in a week or 2 weeks, then fuck them. That's just how I feel about it. Because the game is so backwards right now that nobody does anything high risk because it's just not worth your time. You don't make the money. I mean, even Jumptown. Even Jumptown's not worth anyone's time. Unless you have the ability to fully lock down Jumptown, it's not worth your time. You're better off just going, like when everyone does Jumptown, you're better off on that server going and farming NPC missions. You'll make more money because you won't have any downtime in the chain. And that was the other thing with original Jumptown is, original Jumptown you had to spend money to get your reward. You had to spend money to get cargo, and then you could be blown up in that time. The moment you're out of your ship. Jumptown now just literally is a no-risk reward simulator. Because if you lose all the boxes, well, you didn't pay for them. It's just time putting it in the back of your ship. Who cares? You don't lose anything. Again, it's just CIG are so backwards in their design at times. And it's very frustrating. Because they've had all these really, really good systems in the past, like Tram and Myers, cargo running, risk versus reward. Jumptown had to put money in to get cargo out, you know? You had to always risk it. Mining, risk. PvP, risk, because you would lose your modules and stuff like that. They've constantly made it where people are bubble wrapped in this game. I've done Jumptown only once or two times. It takes so long to make money. It's like I only go there for fights. That's it. If I want to make money, I will literally just go in the clips and torp shit. I've never been caught whilst torping. Actually, I take that. That's a lie. I have been caught when I was doing torping, but I torped the Vanguard chasing after me. That's the only time a player's ever come for me whilst I've been doing NPC missions. And I torped the Vanguard trying to catch me. When the risk that you lose your stuff is lower. Yeah, but what do you mean you're losing 500k to a bug? Person just, again, just beaming in. Yeah, they're gonna just slow boat in it. Gonna crash at that speed if it doesn't watch out. Oh, I can't wait for armistice zones to go away. I think it's next year they're wanting to get rid of hard armistice zone. I have to say that it's not fun for me to risk like 500k UEC to a bug.
Docking contact received.
500k to 30k is probably... Yeah, but if you've got cargo worth 500k, you don't lose it in a 30k now. Yeah, but you should have got your cargo back though. You don't lose your cargo in a 30k anymore. It's only if you reclaim the ship. Like if you spawn your... It's not 100% it works? Really? Oh god, that's stupid then. Right, yeah, then fair enough on that. I thought they had made it where you literally don't lose your cargo. Because that's, then when it comes to like, the only time you would lose is if somebody actually killed you and stuff like that, which is pointless, right? I had to reclaim it, I spawned on a space station and... yeah, that sucks then, yeah, I agree with you on that one. But I was under the impression that a 30k, they had the 30k system that prevented any loss of cargo, you know? Again, it's going to be different in Free 18 because cargo running is no more just like press a button, press a slider and load up your cargo. In Free 18 you actually have to wait like 20 minutes to load up your ship. And then you can pay NPCs to make it faster and stuff like that, which is kind of cool actually. So I hope they actually give traders more money in free 18 for the time and effort that they have to put in, right? But then they need to definitely make that 30k fucking thing work 100%. Yeah, that sucks then. I thought it was constantly working all the time. Because I've never had to reclaim my ship when I've 30k'd, you know? I think they're removing hard armistice next year, Ondo, when they add in the ground surfaces and stuff like that. So I won't be able to sit here, basically. I'll get shot by fucking missiles. But I could shoot at somebody and then move away, you know? Distract and then drop. I think the cargo refactor in free 18 should make it a lot more appealing, I think. Also, how you doing today, Ondo? I think I said that. There's a lot of cool things coming in free 18 that should change this game. Maybe for the better. But again, I still feel like you make far too much money with no risk doing NPC farming. And I would like to see just cargo running, like trading basically, commodities, mining, anything that requires you to be in fire by a player, pay better, personally. We might not see cargo refactor until like 3.18.1. If they're actually playing that. Oh, right, well, I don't know what this dude was doing. Got a good chance, if he goes into veto mode and flies high, he's got a good chance of surviving, right? Which it looks like he's doing. Yeah, he's going vertical. Good chance to do this. Depends on the movement. Oh, and there we go. We got him. Holy shit. What the fuck is going on here? If he stabilizes, he'll be able to warp. Oh no. He's not dropping the VTOL. Oh, he's definitely fucking spinning to Narnia, that's for sure. Oh, he keeps afterburning, that's why he's spinning out all the time.
Target destroyed.
So what he should have done is go into VTOL to stabilize the ship, and then just go in a straight line
Check fire.
and get into space if you still can. The problem is, oh shit! The problem he had there was literally every time you try an afterburner with one engine down, you're gonna go into a spiral because of it. Blade, let it rip. Let it rip. So if you're a Cutlass owner, make sure that whenever somebody is focusing fire on an engine because you're not moving away fast enough, here's another trick. If you know that there's somebody like me shooting at you, put all power to rear engines. All power to rear engines, right? So we got a Sentinel here. We're gonna do a 4 clap on it because again, we're gonna have to deal with its nonsense. Let's rack up 3. It's gonna fire. Fox 3 on us. Fox 3 again. And it's EMP charging, so it got absolutely fucking curbed. Whew. The EMP is malfunctioned. Just backstrafing 100% right now. Look at the backstrafe all the way. We're just gonna pelt missiles then. Fuck it. just wants the back strafe full, we'll just do it this way then. Still back strafing. So stupid, eh? So fucking stupid, this game. Look at him. Back strafing, 3, 6, 7. Full speed back strafing, still shooting, by the way. Congratulations, CIG. Made a great fucking flight system with this. Full speed, back strafe, in atmosphere. Uses half the amount of boost. Still the same amount of speed. So dumb. Did you kill him for fun or he had a bounty? Kill him for fun. In 318 you can salvage dead ships. So for me as somebody that plays as a killer, anyone that I can kill becomes money for a salvaging team. And that's how I look at it. Fucking backstrafing. So sad. The good thing is though, CIG are getting rid of it in the next flight system.
Hydrogen fuel is at 100%.
And then somebody in a Sentinel's gonna have to just require to have a gunner, right? However, it looks like we fucking disabled the EMP. It was misfiring constantly in that situation there. Go to 2. I have a feeling it'll be back. It'll be back. And in greater numbers. Have to have a gunner? Ooh! Iban, thank you very much for the raid, dude. Appreciate that. Have to have a gunner, having to talk to people on a 2-man ship, Sig would never dare. Well, it needs that way, dude. What the fuck's going on here? Graphic, thank you very much for the raid as well, dude. Back-to-back raids, come on. Are we gonna have a third raid? Come on. Let's do it. Greetings from Spain. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the love. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully you're not getting hit by an ad. Shouldn't be getting an ad. But yeah, like Sentinels and stuff like that, the moment that they stop people backstrafing at hyper speed, you'll need a gunner to protect your aft. That's the whole idea of like these ships, right? You got great or semi-decent frontal damage, but if somebody gets behind you, you should have like your aft protected. That's the whole idea of turrets. And nobody uses it, right? No. How often do you see a 2-man Vanguard in use, right? Nobody does. I hope so, but I just can't wait for the Spectrum tiers. Well, then they shouldn't fly multi-crew ships, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many ships that you can solo with. It's only greed if you go into, like say for example, right? If I was going to be doing trading, and I don't have anyone to protect me, I would go in like a Avenger Titan. Or a Nomad, right? Solo ship, semi-tanky, in, out, shake it all about. And if I've got to do 2 or 3 runs to be the same as like a Cutlass, then so be it. But at least I know I won't die in a fire like I would if I was in a Cutlass without a gunner kind of stuff, you know? Everyone just solos multi-crew, yeah. And it's going to change eventually down the line where you won't be able to do it as effectively. You won't be able to do it. Hey, pause. How you doing, sweetie? There we go. We got a fast mover coming in. Avenger Gladius. So Gladius can be a little bit more difficult. However, it's flying super fast overhead. Let's bank ourselves. this way, and we'll see what this Gladius has got. Gladius is firing size 1 EMs, so we can flare them off pretty easy. Let's see what else we got here. It's coming in behind. It's firing again. That's cool. Right, let's return fire. We'll keep our angle up. There we go.
Shields hit.
Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, let's push away. Fuck it. We have the Arena Commander player here, who backstrafes. Interesting on that one. Let's do this. We'll break away. Again, we can disengage pretty easy. See how this goes. Maybe we might bring this up a little bit higher, right? I got an idea with this one. We're gonna bring in with a little bit of movement on this one. So let's get our speed up here. So he's pre-nosing right now, right? We're gonna start yaw nosing ourselves.
Shields hit.
And we dive down. And again, we can see that we can disengage pretty easy on this one. Again, we just gotta wear it down. It's got 2 shields, we got 1. We've got the movement. Go with that. We'll rank here. We've got a secondary target coming in. So now we've got 2 versus 1. We've got 2 Gladius now. Oh god, okay. Let's fucking shoot at this. Let's see what we've got with this one. We got a 2v1 right now. And we're gonna have to go with that. We're getting shot by both. We'll break away in a second here, because we've got the velocity they don't have. This is gonna be difficult though. Difficult. Don't fire missiles. You keep firing missiles. You lock all your missiles. I'm just gonna warp away. We don't need to waste on that. That's just an IR. Gonna missile again. IR. Let's slow our speed down. The secondary one's coming in a lot faster, right? We gotta shake that one off and engage on the secondary. He's coming in now 4. He's keeping his height up there. Let's get him where he lows it down. Again, they chase us. Let's bring into a circle now. Push our speed, push our speed, push our speed, push our speed. The other one went high, so he's not going to be able to keep up. And this. Turn on this. Hammer out. 2 pass, and we go. Bring him into a circle. He's getting his shields back up. Secondary one is still staying high. Let's change off stagger. Let's try it this way. He's coming in now. Let's hard push. Shield regen on that. Keep bringing, keep the turns, keep the turns, keep the turns. Right, we've got a separation here. He's going high. Let's push in low on this one. Box free. Where the fuck did my shields just instantly disappear? Like, what the fuck? I think we just got hit by loads of damage all at once. This. Yeah, it's the secondary one. Very difficult for me to be able to do this, guys. I don't have the HP to take out one of them. But they also don't have the ability to kill me. This one's constantly staying high. So if you see number one, this guy's the more arena commander pilot. He's staying high, he's staying fast. He's burning his afterburner like a crazy man. This one's coming in like that. We dodge through. Again, they can't kill me. I can literally disengage versus these two guys and disappear off Narnia. Oh my god, Callie, no! Wrong time to raid! Thank you so much. How are you doing? Have you just finished your 24-hour subathon? Crazy, crazy, crazy if you have. Congratulations on that one. We've got two bandits on us just now, two gladiators. One of them is actually a really good arena commander pilot that stays high. I think is arena commander, just the way he behaves. And then we've got the secondary one here that I'm unable to engage on right now, but we're flying past. Two of them there, cut through. But the enemy pilot are not bad, I would be dead long ago. I think the arrow, or sorry, the gladius that is behind me at 3.4, I think is the lesser skilled one. The guy that's staying high is definitely more aggressive, better aimer than I am, but also is damaged as well. Again, we just need to sort of like, it's trying to separate two of them, you know what I mean? If you want, Ondo, yeah, you can jump in and have some fun. Just send me an invite, I can keep them busy for a wee while. Again, thank you very much for that raid, Callie. How's it going? Well, I'm being chased by two Gladius pilots right now across Daymar. So, yeah, we're doing alright. Doing alright, I suppose. If you bring to... I can bring them back to Shubin, Ondo. We're literally at Shubin as they chase after me here. So I'll just keep circling, playing with them and stuff like that. Oh god, do we have another one? Oh god, I've got a hurricane! I've got a hurricane near me! Two gladius and a hurricane! Oh god, I don't have enough missiles for this thing. Oh no! Oh no. This might be where I have to disengage. I might need resources for this. We've now got 3 bandits on us. The Hurricane is spamming the missiles out, which is to be expected. I could probably kill the Hurricane's engine here. Actually, let me try this. We're going to try and deal with it here. Right, splash on that. Oh, this is not good. I need to disengage here. Alright, let's get our resources up. Again, back on this. I need to go fast. Just straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. Yeah, there we go. Oh, shit. Alright, let's go back around for the hurricane. Fox free on the hurricane. Gladius moved in super fast. I can disengage whenever I need to. Alright, we've got 3 missiles we'll need to save. They would do anything to win this fight? Oh, a lot of people would, yeah. Yeah. Again, all I have to do is just keep them busy. Keep them busy right now. I got reinforcements coming in. This guy's going hyperspeed. I got 32. Let's push back towards this guy. Again, keep fast, keep furious. Wait for support. We're outmatched here. There's too many of them, but we can survive long enough to deal with this. Watch our radar. Cross-section missile. We can flare that off. Hyperspeed Gladius going above us. We've got a Gladius coming through. Oh, wait. I got another one. There's a Cutlass Black. It's 4 bandits now. 4 bandits. We've got Cutlass Black, Hurricane, 2 Gladius engaged on us. Are they stream sniping? No, I'm Kermstad did. I don't care about stream sniping. All I have to do is just wait out for support. Again, they're flying Gladius. They have got no chance in hell of keeping up with me. If I want to disengage, I can disengage. They don't have the fucking aero speed to do this. Just gotta wait. We're nearly there. Alright, Ondo. I would say the best thing is to go for the Gladius JEW, I think. Would be your best bet. I'm bringing them to you. I'm gonna wait till he engages. Back up, Ondo. Flash 1. Good shot, good shot. Going round. This guy's bugging out. I'm gonna turn on the Cutlass, put 1 Fox free on it. You don't want a crime stat, make sure you just leave the final shots for me. This guy comes in. He's gonna turn bad. He's tricording away. Put 1 in him. Fox free. Oh, it's a little slow. And splash free. Woo! Secondary target. We've got Scorpius coming in. I got 1 for this. Let's put this into the Scorpius. Fox free on the Scorpius. Going super fast. Where's it heading to? Shubin. I can rearm at Shubin then. Try and spook it into crashing, maybe? Oh my god, what the fuck? Just teleporting to Narnia. Oh, he's going for a crash land or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. No gunner. Tanky boy, eh? He's got his wings out. Gotta give respect for the wings out, boys. Splash 4. Woo! Nice, nice, nice. See the difference? The moment that I've got backup, you can go from being pressured by so many people to actually being able to get into a fight. It's crazy. Crazy how all it takes is one wingman, one wing, one squadron, anything like that, and we can get into it. So yeah, thanks to Ondo in chat for jumping in there. Because that was literally, the Hurricane bugged out. So, because it's like two Gladius on me, then the Cutlass, or the Hurricane, then the Cutlass. It's far too much for somebody in an arrow to deal with. So all you can do is sort of wait for support and stuff. No respect for no gunner though. Yeah, but wings out is a different thing, you know. And we're not that badly damaged as well, so yeah, GG's on that one. Again, thank you very much, guys, for all the raids coming in there with IBAN, Graphic, Cali as well. With all the raids. All the follows as well that I've missed. Bar, Peg, Grim, and Vamp. Thank you so much for those as well, guys. Sorry, Ving Combats got distracted a bit. Oh, right. We can relax now. Gnarl as well, thank you very much. And the Dark Reaper as well, thank you for the follows, guys. I didn't get a chance to... How was your subathon, Callie, if you're still there? Obviously, I'm pretty sure you've gone to bed, though. Dark has a Crime 5 with Bounty, yeah. Maybe they're even streams... Even if they're stream snipers, I don't care. I don't care. I got a Crime 5 status to let people chase after me. They know where I am, you know. Even if they're watching the stream, I don't think, even if then, they weren't watching the stream. Because, obviously, they would have known that Ondo was heading his way, you know? I think the Hurricane bugged off because maybe... Like, I never got shot by a Hurricane turret, so it might have been where it was a solo Hurricane. I couldn't confirm, though. You can tell that player had a very high ping. Oh, the Scorpius. Yeah. It was bouncing around quite a bit. But the servers are pretty out of whack right now, you know. The Beard Master as well, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you that, guys. And thank you to the guys who brought the fight as well. Just a little bit too much for one person to deal with. I think I could have probably maybe... There was like a good 40% chance I could have won the first engagement against that Gladius. I got a good turn on them, good beam, had to disengage, had to play a bit differently. The second Gladius just made it impossible to engage the first Gladius. Tried to go for the second Gladius, but again, the first Gladius was just keeping me off the second one. If we had maybe about two or three more 1,000 meters from the first Gladius, I could have maybe killed the second Gladius in that time, because it was low shields. I just needed 1 or 2 mags more. But yeah, I was getting beamed hard. You separated them well, just need to be more efficient. Well, the thing is, like, again, when you're trying to drag and their speeds are up and stuff like that, it's a bit annoying. With the wall hack, they don't need to watch the stream, and if they watch the stream during combat destruction, it's more to deal. Again, like, I don't mind. I don't care about stream snipers. I really don't. Like, if I was blue and somebody was like hunting me continuously, then that would be an obvious stream sniper, right? And they just get their accounts banned by CIG for it. But I purposely allow myself to be Crime 5 so people can jump on the server. You could be like, you could look at it this way. Somebody could be watching my stream and then like, alright, cool, let's server hop as many times as we can and find TheDarkLaw and stuff. I still don't care about that. It's fights, you know? Even if the guys put me in prison, it's still fights, right? And it's something that, again, like as a streamer, I don't think you should ever care about stream snipers. Just report, get them banned. If you're a criminal, there's nothing you can do. You have the wall hack, you know. Yeah, you have to use laser repairs for PvP. Now, if you're in a hard atmosphere like Hurston or Calliope, for example, right? Yeah. That would be a different story, right? We got like this guy in the gladiator, it's a hornet, right? Is circling to get into a beam position here. We'll just up strafe around. Ondo then slots in behind. We're slowing this right down, right? So again, I'm gonna take it here and slow it right down, because this hornet's look, he's just drifting away, right? Cut through. Wait, he's already in the hyperspeed. Oh no, undergum. Good fight, dude. So we got a red cockpit. We didn't lose our shields, but obviously shield holes is a big factor to Star Citizen right now. This is apparently fixed in 3.18 though, which is going to be a good thing, because even with bad hit detection, shield holes is just a nightmare for every single player right now. That poor Hornet is dead. I mean, it could have done... it's difficult for a Hornet, right? Hornet is very, very bad in atmosphere. It doesn't have much push or pull right now, which really sucks. CIG do need to work on it for that kind of scenario. But again, it's whatever, you know, you can get good passes on it. It's the follow-up, right? So anytime you have a good pass, you have to be able to counter the follow-up by getting into the merge, or making sure that you, as you're shooting, you're pre-nosing to get yourself into a secondary position, because again, you know, you can't do it, right? The one pass method will only work. You need 2 passes is the limitation of this game right now. I miss the Gatlings. I love the thing that, yeah, like, I personally feel, right? I kind of personally feel that with Gatlings, what they should do is just have it maybe 20% more damage than lasers, or even 10% more damage than lasers, but you get like 2,000 rounds, right? Or the other way we've discussed many times on this channel is, instead of being able to hold the trigger, you have like a heat system. So you can see heat, if I go here, right? And if we're looking at the bulldogs on my arrow, when we use the bulldogs, you see the yellow bar forming? That's heat. Where if I could actually reload fast enough, I will eventually burn out my weapon system, right? Gotta deal with the NPCs right now. Let me quickly get this one, because this one's the pain.
Shields hit.
Oh, we nearly got rammed.
Check fire.
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? have here? We got the cutlass. However, I can't see the fucking ground, so we're going reshade mode on. Mass drivers on this cutlass. Interesting. Let's go manual aim. This is it. And it's on those shooting missiles on it. There we go. Where was that? What was I talking about? Yeah, so you can overheat lasers to a certain degree. And I kind of feel like what CIG should do is make it where ballistics have like 2,000, 3,000 rounds, but they overheat so fast you can't hold the trigger down. And that would be a really good system, I think, for ballistics. You're still eventually going to run out of ammo, but you have ammo for maybe 1 or 2 engagements. And again, you just make it where you can't hold the trigger. Because that's the biggest factor, especially when those size 4s came out. It wasn't their damage to an extent, it's the fact that you can just literally hold the trigger and deplete all your rounds. Same with the Inferno, right? Inferno's a bit of a different beast to talk about. I think it's in a really good position, long as it goes for big ships and stops trying to dogfight smaller ships. But when it comes to fighters, it would be just really good if ballistics were a choice. And again, I think the easiest way to balance it is give plenty of ammo, just make it where you can't hold the trigger. You've got to let go. So it's like, brrr, let go, brrr, let go. Or a bit more delayed on that and stuff. So it's more about getting on target. But you have the damage bonus because of that. It's very little, yeah. Hey Zim, how you doing, Chief? The server's actually been pretty good. Really good server. Yeah, that's another way you could do it. You could have a reload system, right? A reload system would be completely fine. I generally kind of feel like CIG is watched like an exclusive to Top Gun Maverick, and they were like, oh, this is enough ammo that you need in things. Because obviously fighters, 5th gen fighters, have very low amount of ammo, right? I don't think they carry more than like 200, 300 rounds in a 5th gen fighter. But the difference is, they're not chewing through shields, they're not having to deal with desync, you know, network lag and all these things. And that's why I just don't think 300 rounds on ballistics and stuff is good enough. They just need to make it where you don't hold the trigger. It's just not enough, no. So for me, give us like 2,000, 3,000 rounds, just make it where you can only hold the trigger for 2 seconds, and then you have to let go for a full clear second, and then 2 seconds, clear second, you know what I mean? That would be amazing. That means that you have to get on pip, you get the damage, but you have plenty of ammo to see through a fight. Would really reward good aim as well. And you know the funny thing is, it would make it feel realistic, right? Have you guys seen the Top Gun video, right? Watch this, right? I'll drop it in the chat so you guys can see it, because I'm gonna mute it basically, right? Where is it here? Where are you? Alright, I'm gonna have to go to Shadow Moses. Yeah, this one. Alright. Let me pause it. Give you guys the link here. Let me just mute it here so we don't get copyright stuff. Right. So in this video, they recreate the final scene of Top Gun, right? I'm gonna have to watch it on combat coming in. And they're flying around doing this stuff, but at the moment that they go for the bullet part, right? Look how fucking dope this looks. Firing shredders, right? So the missile misses, right? And now he says switching to guns, right? Look how dope this looks. You've got the bullets chasing from one ship, right? One gun. Let's put the noise on, actually.
You got him, man. It's not over yet. One last chance. You can do this.
Like, how much cooler is bullets to fucking lasers? I'm sorry, like, if you're somebody that likes lasers, that's up to you. But I just feel like the bullets in Star Citizen just have way more impact, right? And I kind of hope that they bring ballistics back into the game, you know? I just want size 3 top turret on the Arrow with free mantis fun. Well, I still maintain that they should drop down to free size 2 on the Arrow. Free size 2 on the Gladius, free or size 2 on the Blade, and size 2 on the Cartual. I definitely feel like this is what they need to do with those ships. Because I feel light fighters have way too much damage. Way too much damage. Yeah, the Arrow, you could take the turret off, didn't you? I still think they should just get rid of the turret. I will always say I think it looked better with the size 3 or size 2 on the top, you know? The turret of the Arrow just, it just doesn't look good, you know? It just feels really unathletic, you know? Hey, Careless, how you doing, Chief? But yeah, bring back bullets. Bring back bullets, please. And again, the easiest way to balance it is give plenty ammo. Don't change anything else. Just literally have it where you can't hold the trigger down to continuously just riddle somebody. Make it where ballistics are hard hitting, decent amount of ammo, but you have to have trigger discipline. So if you're somebody that holds the trigger down too much or doesn't burst fire, you'll end up just, you know, missing all your shots. Hey, Nal, thank you very much for being here, Chief. Appreciate it. Again, thank you for all the love today as well, guys. Ammo in crates would be fun. Are you talking about for FPS shooting? Because you can do that already right now. You can put ammo in crates for people to take in. You can do like the small boxes and stuff, which fill actually a pretty decent amount of ammo. You know, the ones that you get from like Grim Hex or places like that. It's just a little standard box. I'm still hoping that we'll get eventually ammo choices, right? Like maybe different rounds, EM rounds or IR rounds. Well, not IR rounds, would be EM, maybe like depleted uranium kind of rounds. That would be pretty dope. Something that maybe does some more damage or stuff like that. Oh well. I definitely feel we got the fun out of the server, Ondo. It's always the same way, like, this is why, again, I will always say we need server meshing. More damage, lower bullet velocity. Now, this might annoy you, Van, but I actually feel that they should make a standard with all weapons being 2000 meters a second velocity. And make it where fall off is more of a thing. Because this game, ships are moving, I mean, it might change in the new system and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, that's very much the case, Ondo. This is why, like, SBK or, like, a Warzone area is required in Star Citizen. I'm hoping that the fights are going to kick off in 318 at SBK. I did. I hope it sort of makes more engagements and stuff like that. Yeah, we've had fun today. I don't think I'm gonna move. Like, I was half tempted to move over to Vito VR or Gundam, but I noticed that Space Tomatoes going online, so I'll probably actually just leave it there, guys. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've not had any breakfast or lunch yet, so we're coming for like 4 hours. So yeah, I'll probably jump out here and send you on. Thank you again, Ondo, for the backup. That was fucking dope, man. Like, instantly, as soon as Ondo arrives, it's fucking the main guy dead. And then they just didn't know what the fuck to do, like. It was crazy. Well, yeah, sure. Anybody else playing Gundam Evolution? Anybody doing that? Yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit. Most nights, having a lot of fun with it. Go out for a walk, have some dinner, and then check out. Alright, guys. Let's have a look here. We have... Yeah, I'm gonna go and send you guys to Space Tomal. Awesome dude. And he's got a really chilled voice as well. And I will be back on tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get on earlier and earlier if I can, but obviously that's a hard thing with working 2 jobs a day. It does suck. Anyway, appreciate again all the raids that came in earlier on today. Thank you very much to Callie, IBAN, and Graphic for the raids. All the follows as well today, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. KOB, take care. Zayman, too many suckers. Thank you very much for being here. Ondo, thanks for the fun. Van, thanks for being here. Now, everyone, GG's, GG's, GG's. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the follows today as well. Huge amount of support. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday. Rest of your Monday. Enjoy Space Tomato Show.